presented by Ram Trucks. Weekday CUSA brings us to cozy Jacksonville, Alabama, where the Blue Hens of Delaware continue their maiden tour of Conference USA. Tonight, they face the defending league champs, the Gamecocks of Jax State, and also the nation's leading rusher, Cam Cook, comes in with big numbers. Well, the league had an upset last night as FIU handed Western Kentucky its first Conference USA loss. That leaves Kennesaw State and Jax State the only remaining unbeatens in league play. And first-year head coach Charles Kelly wants to keep it that way.
What I want you to focus on right here, discipline execution. That's what it's going to take. That's what we did. That's what we do. That's who we are. They want to say they're the most efficient team in the country. All right, we're going to prove them wrong. Play 60 minutes. Don't look at the score.
And with that, we say welcome to Jacksonville alongside former Missouri All-American Chase Daniel. I'm Clay Matvick. Maryland Payne will be down on the sideline tonight. All right, buddy, week 8 of college football. We have a good one in CUSA tonight.
The pretenders are different than the contenders, and tonight is no different. Western Kentucky losing. This is for supremacy within Conference USA. Super excited about this matchup tonight.
Well, Delaware has a fun first-year quarterback to watch, and Nick Minicucci.
Yeah, Nick Minicucci, he is the guy who makes this offense go. His vision in a tight pocket, his pocket awareness, the way he's able to drive the football. He's like a point guard out there, Clay. He threw to 11 different receivers down here at the bottom of the screen. Just shows you the arm strength. You're throwing a go ball to the field, and it's an absolute dot. It's a perfect throw. And then the QB run game is so important to this Delaware offense. The creativity where you're starting on the left, you're moving all 3 guys to the right, and you see the open space back to the left. He rushed for 3 touchdowns last week. He does like to deliver the football to a lot of different guys.
Yeah, this is his first year as the regular starter. The last 3 games, almost 800 yards passing and 10 total touchdowns. Meanwhile, Jax State, they made a change at quarterback last week. Caden Creel led them to a walk-off win at Sam Houston.
He's a very patient runner at the quarterback position. He loves to get on the edge, to be creative with the way he gets the football in the air to his playmakers, making his 2nd career start. He is electric with the football in his hands.
And for more on him, let's go down to Maryland.
Gamecocks offensive coordinator Clint Trickett says that Caden Creel forced this staff's hand to give him a 2nd consecutive start at quarterback because every time you think he won't do something, he's the ultimate prove you wrong guy. Head coach Charles Kelly says, so yes, expect to see Caden get the start, and his leash tonight is longer after doing well in what they considered a starting audition last week. But you can also expect to see Gavin Wimsatt at quarterback and perhaps even Cade Cunningham, who is the best vertical passer of all the Jax State quarterbacks.
All right, Maryland, thank you very much. These teams last met in the FCS playoffs 4 years ago. Now a bigger stage for the Blue Hens and Gamecocks. The Feathers are going to fly tonight. Delaware Blue Hens, first year in the FBS, on the road in Jacksonville, Alabama tonight to take on the Gamecocks. Ryan Carty is in his 4th year as head coach at Delaware. He's 42 years old. Head coach of his alma mater. He's so fired up about this job and glad it's him to usher in this phase of Delaware football. He said that if it was anybody other than him, he would be jealous.
Yeah, don't blame him. This is a great start for Delaware right now.
Jack State won the toss. They deferred, so Delaware will receive, and we're underway. The football goes through the end zone. It's a touchback. And here comes Nick Minicucci, the physical dual threat from Jersey. 7 rushing touchdowns and also the leading passer in CUSA.
He's been better than advertised, Clay. He likes to be the point guard back there. Like we said in the open, you're going to see a lot of quick game, a lot of RPOs. He's going to make some plays with his legs in the red zone, but this moment is not too big for him. He's ready to roll.
Second Conference USA road game for the Blue Hens. And Minicucci fakes the handoff, throws it to the sideline, and it's complete. Caught by Jake Thaw. That's going to be enough for a first down. A gain of 11, but a flag on the play, and it's going to come back.
Number 62. 5-yard penalty from the previous spot. Repeat first down.
Well, the offensive coordinator is Terrence Archer, but Ryan Carty calls the plays, and already they're looking at backing this one up.
Yeah, they're one of the least penalized teams in the nation, averaging just under 4 penalties a game. That's 5th nationally, so not the start we want.
Tight end Elijah Sessoms goes in motion. Here's Minicucci looking to throw again. Down the seam, had a receiver. A couple of steps for Sean Wilson ahead of the defenders, but Minicucci overshot him. 2nd and 15.
Yeah, Sean Wilson is their deep threat, and you know, he had the guy open. He's going to want that one back when he looks at film tomorrow. But this defense for Jack State, they are a defense that likes to pressure, that likes to get the quarterback uncomfortable. Exactly what they did right there, causing the incompletion.
It's a young, inexperienced defense for Brian Williams, the defensive coordinator, but looking for a big play here. And they stop Joe Silver, who gets back to the original line of scrimmage, maybe a yard more, and it's going to be 3rd down and long for Delaware. They're almost never in 3rd down and long.
They're the 4th best 3rd down team in the country when they can keep it to 3 yards or less. Overall, they're completing 50% of their 3rd down conversions, and the reason is they're staying in 3rd and manageable. 3rd and 9 with the penalty right there. Not the best way to go, but I really like their scheme here on 3rd down.
2 receivers to either side. 3rd down and 9. Minicucci drops it off short to Silver out of the backfield, and he's got enough for the first down. Now, he is the smart, mature veteran out of the backfield. He can run it, and he can also catch it.
Yeah, you're going to see this replay. Everyone vacates the middle of the football field. He goes through his progressions and finds his check down well underneath the sticks, but he's able to go and get the first down. Really good quarterbacking there and decision making by Nick Minicucci.
Delaware avoids the 3 and out, and now Silver is going to be tracked down in the backfield. Loss on the play. Max Sanders, the true freshman linebacker, he's got the green dot as the communicator on the field for the Gamecocks.
You're going to see Max Sanders shooting to the B gap, which is the 2nd gap to the left of the center, just completely unblocked right there. Says a lot about a true freshman if you're wearing the green dot and communicating.
And he has a high football IQ according to the coaches. Pressure off the edge. Minicucci trying to avoid the heat, and Isaac Walker gets to him and brings him down at the 32.
And this is something that the Delaware Fighting Hens are not used to, feeling the pressure there by Isaac Walker. They have blitzed him on almost every single play. The one thing defensive coordinator Brian Williams told us in meetings, they do not want Nick Minicucci to sit back there and have all day to throw. If you're Delaware, get the ball out quick. You're 3rd and 14. They're showing an all-up blitz right here. A screen or a draw would be the call for me.
They've already converted a 3rd and 9 3rd and 14. This is going to sail over the Gamecocks bench. Garen Stansberry, the defensive end, made it uncomfortable for Minicucci, and the Hens are going to have to punt.
It's a really nice job and series for Jacksonville State right there to make Nick Minicucci and the Delaware Hens just uncomfortable the entire series. The Hens played behind the sticks. It's exactly what Jack State wants to do, and they were able to do it on the first.
Brendan Locke, Division II All-American punter at Michigan Tech last year. His first boot of the night, and it's a good one. Michael Petway, the senior, makes the catch just on the other side of the 30-yard line. First series for Jack State coming up. Charles Kelly had to like that start for his Jack State defense. 58 years old. He's from the state of Alabama. Almost 35 years as an assistant coach. Helped win national titles at Florida State and Alabama, and now he has his first head coaching job. Comes full circle. This is where he started his coaching career as an assistant back in 1994 under Bill Burgess. And so Gamecocks will start this series at their own 32-yard line. Cam Cook, the nation's leading rusher, is going to motion out. 4 receivers to the far side, and they get it in the hands of Cook right away. A little screen, and he stopped just short of the 40. Cam Cook is special.
I mean, 142 carries this season already, Clay. We're in week 7. And, you know, the rush yards leading the country. The yards after contact is really what sticks out.
Now they'll give it to Cook again, and he's collared at the 31. That's going to be a loss of 6. Spun down by Jack Hall, the defensive tackle. He is their big run stopper in the middle for the Blue Hens.
Absolutely. Look at him just right in the middle on the side. He goes, gets the gets the stop, and it's hard to stop this running attack, Clay.
3rd down and 10. As Delaware's trying to get off the field quickly. This is a defense that only allowed 2 touchdowns to Western Kentucky in the last game. The #1 scoring offense in Conference USA. Caden Creel under pressure, trying to extend the play, gets to the 40, helmet comes off. Well short of the line to gain as Noah Matthews, the Kentucky transfer, tracks him down. And it's 4th down.
Yeah, this is not a situation at all where you want to be Caden Creel in 3rd and long. This is a run-first offense. They run it more than really anyone in the country. And Caden just making his 2nd career start. Nothing was open, did the right thing, ran, but they got to stay in 1st and 2nd down and manageable.
Here's Connor Donaghy, the freshman from Ireland who boots it. Jake Thaw, excellent special teamer, makes the fair catch at about the 16-yard line. Well, Delaware has had a lot of success in football over the years. 5 Division II national titles, 1 FCS national championship, now in year 1 in the FBS. 7th oldest university in the country. Opened up in 1743 in Newark, Delaware, and now finally in the highest level of college football.
You knew they would end up here eventually,
yeah.
And now in Conference USA they are competing. Been really impressed by them.
Minicucci caught. Elijah Sessoms, the tight end. Ball comes out. So does a penalty flag. Scooped up by Jack State. Walker Osteen on the return. Osteen inside the 10, and he's bumped out of bounds. And Elijah Sessoms is down after he took a wallop at the 38-yard line. There's a flag laying at the 35.
Yeah, hoping he's okay. I mean, he was wide open right down the middle of the seam, and a run pass option just ran straight down the middle versus too high safety look. But did take a big hit.
Prior to the fumble, personal foul, targeting with the crown of the helmet, defense number 2. That play is now under review.
That's safety Travis Franklin as they attend to Elijah Sessoms. Delaware is already nicked up at tight end. Connor Widoff unlikely to play tonight, one of their other tight ends, and that ball definitely came out, but again a targeting call being looked at against Travis Franklin.
Yeah, and they're going to get him for lunging. The crown of the helmet hits him in his left ribs. I know the crowd here doesn't agree with it, but it looks pretty clear to me that he is launching. His helmet is not up, and he's hitting the crown, and that's the big emphasis of this rule, Clay. If you're 1, you're launching, or 2, the crown of the helmet.
Sessoms trying to walk it off on the Delaware sideline. The referee tonight, Reed Brotherton. Replay official Johnny Price. They're taking another look. There's no doubt that the ball was jarred loose before Sessoms was down, but the biggest thing right now, I think, is the targeting call and how that changes everything.
Yeah, the ball was coming loose in his right hand as the defender Trevor Woods, the safety, hit him, but it came out even more obviously when Travis Franklin Jr. They're going to take a long look at this, because obviously he would be disqualified.
Yep.
If that was the case.
Elijah Sessoms coming off a career-high 5 catches, 55 yards in the Western Kentucky game. And last time out, he is a big piece of this offense.
Yeah, he's their best blocker. He's their leading receiver as a tight end, and looks like he's going to be okay.
Here's a look we haven't seen yet from higher up.
Looks like Jack State is celebrating. Maybe it's not targeting. It's hard to tell from that angle.
After review, there is no foul in the play for targeting. The ball was recovered by Jack State, and return to the 12-yard line with a first down at that spot.
Big break
Yeah.
for the Gamecocks as they're in the red zone, a place
Correction,
that
11-yard line. 11-yard line.
they've had a lot of success this year. They've been coming away with points 90% of their red zone trips this year.
Yeah, and a big loss of the football for Delaware, too. They've only had, 6 turnovers coming into the year. That's something that Coach Carty preaches, but a really big opportunity here to get Cam Cook going. They want to have him touch the ball 30 times.
Oh, here's another one. Gets hit, bounces to the near side, and is tracked down along the sideline at the 15 by Khalil Ali. Cam Cook, reigning Conference USA Offensive Player of the Week.
5-yard penalty. First down.
And now another penalty against Delaware.
This is not the start at all that the Delaware Fighting Hens wanted to have. I mean, they are one of the most unique teams in the country, meaning they don't commit a lot of penalties. They don't turn the football over. They're very well coached, and there's sort of a litany of errors here to start.
Yeah, 11th fewest penalized team in the FBS. First down and 5. Cook right up the middle. Backs in, touchdown. Jack State
The touchdown.
takes advantage of the turnover and turns it into 6.
Such a nice job by that offensive line, just getting the push vertically up the field. And Cam Cook at 5'11", 200 pounds, he's a bowling ball. Leading rusher in the country. I mean, there's nothing special about it. They send the tight end back on a slice block, and you're coming straight through the middle of the end zone. Really nice start for Jack State.
And now Garrison Ripa, Conference USA Special Teams Player of the Week. The lefty hit that 52-yard game winner at Sam Houston. And he tacks on the extra point to make it 7-0. Week 8, weekday, CUSA, and Jack State is playing from in front after a turnover and a Cam Cook touchdown, his 8th of the year.
By Ram, official.
6. Ryan Carty was the captain and the projected starter that year, but the future Super Bowl MVP beat him out. They're still good friends.
Oh, man.
In fact, the Flacco family donated a ton of money to help build and design that new weight room at Delaware.
Nothing like a quarterback controversy when you think you're the starter and then Super Bowl MVP Joe Flacco comes and says, hey, I got this.
Joe's going to be busy tomorrow night. Pittsburgh Steelers.
Yeah. Bengals. The Icy Hot Bowl.
some gray hairs playing quarterback tomorrow night. This goes through the end zone. And another touchback. Delaware will have it at the 25.
And this is the touchdown. You're going to have a misdirection here. The tight end's going to go back that way. And then you're going to have the running back, Cam Cook, right up the middle. This is exactly what the Gamecocks want to do. They want to have misdirection. They're so multiple in the way they can run the football, because if you're going to run it that much, you can't just have inside zone. You got to be able to run outside zone. You got to be able to have power. You got to have all these things.
You just saw Franklin. Travis Franklin forced that fumble that led to a touchdown for Jack State, and he's still in the game after they looked at a possible targeting. This is Byron Ellison Jr. His first carry, maybe a gain of 1. Nick Minicucci became QB1 after Zach Marker went out for the year with an ACL in the season opener. Turnovers have been his biggest issue. And a pick 6 and a red zone fumble in that Western Kentucky game. Standing tall in the pocket, launches it deep downfield, and it's incomplete. Out of the reach of Kyrie Duplessis, who they want to get involved. He's their leading receiver. In fact, the leading receiver in Conference USA.
Yeah, he's their go-to guy along with number 15, Jake Thaw. And just nothing's open downfield. What Jack State's doing, they're just saying, hey, we have better defenders than you do receivers. We're manning up on the outside, and would love to see, instead of these shots down the middle of the field, run crosser routes, anything across. It's exactly what we showed you in the open. That's something that Nick Minicucci does well. Right now, they're just trying to throw the football down the field, attack the middle of the field like they did in an RPO to Elijah Sessions.
3rd down and 9. Minicucci pressured, runs out, trying to throw on the run, and it's incomplete. Well contested. Jaheim Jenkins, starting corner from Bainbridge, Georgia, and it's 4th down.
You can tell he's frustrated. There's nobody open. Like I was saying, they're playing man-to-man coverage and saying, I'm going to rush you, and we're going to stay in our rush lanes, meaning we're going to stay exactly where we can go. Last week we saw Nick Minicucci be able to extend plays with his legs. He's trying to, but you see right there, Isaac Walker was able to run him down, and what a start for Jack State.
Delaware, the fewest 3 and outs in Conference USA, and Jack State forces one there. Muff punt. Gathered up by Petway, and he's going to be cut down at about the 21-yard line. 54-yard punt, 1-yard return, 7-0 Gamecocks when we come back. Just a perfect October Wednesday night in Jacksonville, Alabama. 7-0 Gamecocks. Offensive coordinator Clint Trickett, the former Florida State and West Virginia quarterback, spent last year on the staff at Georgia Southern. He had quite a career in his own right as a player. I got to think that tonight he is happy with the way his team has started, taking advantage of the turnover. They have been plagued by slow starts, but not tonight. Playing from in front. Here's Creel taking off. And he'll pick up 5 on first down. Gavin Mole brings him to the turf. The slow starts, one of the main reasons Charles Kelly made the change at quarterback. Obviously, they lean on the run.
Yeah, I mean, Caden Creel can run it too, and I think that's something that they wanted back there, the 1-2 punch between Cam Cook and Caden Creel.
Creel keeps it again. 2 more for Creel. Redshirt sophomore from Fairhope, Alabama, near Mobile. Same high school as Riley Leonard.
And I was going to say, they look like the exact same player, the way they run, the way they throw it, faster than you think.
Former Notre Dame great, now in the NFL. Pass and some contact. There's a flag. Brock Rechsteiner, Jack State's most productive receiver, interfered with.
Defense, number 6. 15-yard penalty from the previous spot. Automatic first down.
Keyshawn Cox draws the PI.
And Cox is in phase right here. He just never really gets his head back, and when he does, he's pulling Rechsteiner down with his left hand. Interesting thought there for a running team to take a shot on 3rd and short means to tell me they were going to go for it on 4th down, which they are aggressive on 4th and short.
Cook to the left of Creel, and it will be Cam Cook. Again, you rarely see him come down on first contact. Slipped 1 tackle, but then KT Say gets him from behind, the rangy safety. 6'2", 190. That's a loss of 1.
Yeah, and Cam Cook is their bell cow. 20-plus carries in 5 straight games. You know, talking to the coaches, we said it earlier, they want to get him at least 30 touches in the game. They feel like he gets better as the game goes on.
He had 31 carries in the last game against Sam Houston. Fake it to him here. Creel sprinting out. And he's going to keep it, and he's going to get a few, but there's KT Say again.
Yeah, back-to-back plays from KT Say, and when you face a rushing team like this, it's very difficult to stay in your lanes. Going tempo here, something they did to settle down the young quarterback last week.
Creel trying to get something downfield, and this is where Jack State has struggled all year, the downfield passing game.
Yeah, absolutely, and no different with Caden Creel. That's not his bright point, throwing the football, and so when you get in 3rd and 7+, that's really when they want to throw it. Now, they're going to run it, play on 3rd and 6 or less, because they feel like they can get really good push with Cam Cook, but a nice job settling in by this Delaware defense to just get them to punt. Should get good field position here, settle in, a lot of penalties, a lot of turnovers. Still a 7-point game early.
Rugby style punt from Donaghy. And Jake Thaw make the catch. 33-yard punt for Donaghy. Saturday, SEC on ABC College Football starts at noon. Number 10 LSU, number 17 Vanderbilt. And we're featuring 5th-ranked Ole Miss and 9th-ranked Georgia at 3:30 Eastern. Capping the day with the 108th meeting between number 11 Tennessee and number 6 Alabama. Vols haven't won in Tuscaloosa since 2003. And I know you like Ty Simpson, the way he's playing right now.
Absolutely. 16 touchdowns, only 1 interception. They beat my Missouri Tigers last week in a close one, but he's playing just about as good as anyone in the country right now as far as quarterbacking goes.
Delaware trying to get something going on offense. The quarterback, Nick Minicucci, starts it ahead. He'll get a couple. Minicucci passed for 314 yards against Western Kentucky. Also ran for 3 touchdowns in that game.
He's limping a little bit.
And yeah, he's a little tender here.
That's not good. You know, he is a dual threat guy, 7 rushing touchdowns on the year, but sort of got laid on. It looked like never fun as a quarterback having to drop back after that. Got his ankles taped up.
Jake Thaw goes in motion. 2nd down and 8. Play fake. Minicucci to the near sideline, and it is caught. Was he out of bounds?
No, he got his foot.
That's going to be ruled a catch. What a catch by Donovan Lewis. And Delaware's going to hustle up and go at some tempo here so they can't review it.
They're going fast, but man, it is clear as day. A catch, 1 foot, good in college. And just, I mean, the throw and then the catch to get 1 foot down, Clay.
Joe Silver will pick up a yard. Here's another look at Donovan Lewis. His 2nd game back from injury, and he looks like he's feeling all right.
Absolutely. I mean, what a throw, though. And Donovan Lewis, not the easiest guy to throw to. He's 5'9", 185 pounds, but just the trust. And this is what we said. You're going to see them, a lot of receivers catch a lot of footballs because they like to throw it around the yard.
2nd and 9. Minicucci loads up, throws, and nobody saw it. Receiver didn't see it. Defender missed it. Sean Wilson along the sideline. Tyron Taylor on the cover.
An interesting strategy so far from Delaware. They're just throwing, they're taking shots on these one-on-one coverages. 3rd down, you're probably going to get man-to-man. You're probably going to get pressure. Run some crossing routes. I have not seen any crossing routes at all. And when you're an empty and they're showing 6 up right here, it's very difficult for them to understand the protection plan and what they're doing. Let's see if they drop out or bring the heat.
It's Lewis again, well shy of the line to gain. Best 3rd down team in Conference USA can't convert. So now a 4th down on the plus side of the field. What does Ryan Carty do?
Yeah, I mean, I think you're going for it right here. You feel good about it. 4th and 5, 4th and 4 for the season. You see tied first in Conference USA, 9 of 13. But this Jack State defense, they're making Nick Minicucci get rid of the football just a hair earlier. Their stuff open up downfield. They like this Jake Thaw guy in motion.
4th and 5, slant, caught, and that's going to be close to a 1st down. It's going to depend on the spot as Wilson, number 2 pass catcher for the Hens, brings it in, and they will move the chains.
It's such a nice route here. You're going to bring Jake Thaw in motion, then he just has an option route. You can go in or you can go out, and you see how he was able to get a little bit of width away from
Jack State. They're first. 30 seconds in length.
And you can see a little bit of width away from the defenders in the middle. It was man-to-man coverage, exactly what we want them to do and what we were talking about. It's a good 1st down. When you get this thing going and get your first down, I mean, there's no one better in the NCAA than sustaining drives. They've only gone 3 and out on 8% of the drives. Nice job staying away from the middle defender right there, Clay. That's exactly what you want to do. And a nice throw, the big 4th down. You got to give it to Jack State, though. They are making these Blue Hens earn every single yard right now.
Delaware lost to the reigning Conference USA champs. Because of the transition, they can't play in the Conference USA title game, but they're in it for the regular season title, and this is going to land incomplete. Just off the hand of Jake Thaw, who spent 4 years at Michigan, primarily on special teams. He's a guy, though, that they've targeted a few times already tonight.
Yeah, just taking shots down the middle of the field. When Jake Thaw has played in all 3 games, he's been their leading receiver. Feel really comfortable with him on these option routes. Not maybe a strong suit on down the field throws and catches.
Handoff, Silver, no room. Garen Stansberry again, he's been active here in the 1st quarter. That's a loss of 3.
Nothing going. I mean, they've got 0 going in the run game. You see Stansberry just saying, hey, I'm stronger than you, left tackle. I'm just going to get up there and make my presence known. And another 3rd down, 1 for 4. Clay on 3rd downs right here. And they have not been in 1 3rd and manageable, meaning 3rd and 5 or less. And this is exactly where Jack State wants them. you're going to have to throw the football down the field and protect.
Minicucci keeps it. Has a long way to go, and he's not even close. Boy, that was slow developing. And Max Sanders makes the tackle, 4th down, and it seems like they're out of field goal range here for Nate Reed.
Yeah, an interesting play call there. If you're just trying to get into really 4th and manageable, where you can maybe go for it again, trying to catch them off guard, but 3rd and long quarterback run usually don't work. They ended up bringing pressure off the left side. He goes around to the right side and was able to get tackled.
So they're going to bring on the punt unit. Brendan Locke comes out to kick. Michael Petway standing at the 10-yard line. This is going to bounce over his head. The hands are going to pin.
Nice play.
Gamecocks deep at the 4-yard line. What a kick for Brendan Locke. 38-yard punt, now long field ahead for Jack State. So Cam Cook, last game against Sam Houston, 31 carries, 218 yards, the Conference USA Offensive Player of the Week. Offensive coordinator Clint Trickett said, maybe that was a little bit too much. They're going to try and, measure that a little bit better tonight. But so far, he hasn't been able to get on track, really.
Yeah, and he is their guy. This is not a running back by committee approach. When the leading rusher in the nation, you're trying to get him hot, you're going to feed him the football.
Up the middle, he'll get a handful. He's a TCU transfer, led the Horned Frogs in rushing last year, comes to Jacksonville State, and has been impressive first half of the season.
Yeah, absolutely. If you're Delaware's defense, though, you've done a really good job of staying in your lanes, meaning you're not giving up these explosive rushes of 10-plus yards, which, Jack State leads the country in those. And so they got everyone within like a 10-yard radius.
Again, it's Cook. Good, strong effort, moving the pile.
Look at that.
Still on his feet, past the 20. That's a run of 14 yards, and you couldn't even see him in that melee.
You know who was in that? I bet Brock Rechsteiner, whose dad is a famous WWE wrestler, but the leg strength, the versatility, and they don't do a whole bunch with him. They run straight up the middle between the tackles. There's only a few other teams in the country that are better at running in between the tackles, so they're an inside zone team. This offensive line has been getting some push up front.
First down and 10. And keep it on the ground with Cook. He'll take a shoulder short of the 25 from KT Say. There are less than 25 FBS teams that run a 3-3-5 base defense. We're seeing 2 of them here tonight. Manny Rojas, the defensive coordinator for the Blue Hens, he knew that shutting down the run was going to be a real challenge tonight. Great move by Creel. Still on his feet, snaking his way to the 30 and down at the 32-yard line. Caden Creel. Interesting looking first down, give him 8 yards.
And those are the plays, if you're Delaware, you have to make the tackle in the backfield. You cannot let Caden Creel, when they do throw the football, get back there and run, because he's a first progression and then take off and run type guy. They had him for a 10-yard loss, but Caden Creel, it reminds me of a guy named Taysom Hill, who I played with. Just slippery, hard to bring down, faster than you think.
This is going to be the last play of the first quarter, and it's Christian Lando. His first touch of the game. Cam Cook's backup running back. Redshirt freshman busts off 18 yards, and that's the way the first 15 minutes come to an end here in Jacksonville. Good defensive quarter for the Gamecocks. A takeaway leads to a touchdown. It's 7-0. Weekday CUSA in Alabama.
start the second quarter. Delaware head coach Ryan Carty with me. What does your defense have to do to slow this run game down on this drive?
Yeah, I mean, just keep doing what they've been doing. We've kind of put them in some bad positions offensively. They've been fairly sound. We have to continue to obviously get 11 hats on the ball, make sure that we do our best to try to get the ball out as well.
Thank you.
And Delaware's such a well-coached team. You and I have been talking about that all week and stuff we have watched, but a mistake here early in the ballgame leads to them being behind as we start the second quarter, and that pass from Creel is incomplete. It was intended for Michael Petway.
Yeah, this Delaware team is one of the better coach teams I've seen on tape this year, and they don't make a lot of mistakes. They don't turn the football over. They're disciplined. They fly to the football. And speaking of that last play of Caden Creel, as the play develops, the longer the play develops as a passer, the worse he gets. So we got to get some quick game going. We got to get him on the move.
He's got some happy feet. Here's Cam Cook again, the nation's leading rusher. 139 yards per game. They're trying to get him on track. He gets 7. That was his 7th carry. He has 18 yards so far.
Yeah, going back to that 3-3-5 defense, Clay, that you were saying, the biggest thing about a 3-3-5 defense is you only have three defensive linemen on the front. It's all about protecting the edges. And right now, the last 2 drives, Cam Cook has gotten to the outside for some big plays. Wouldn't be surprised if they give him the football here again on 3rd and 3.
Good run, Cook. Just wills his way shy of the 40-yard line. Going to be very close to a first down. We'll see if they give it to him. Yes, they do. Cam Cook, he's on the watch list for the Maxwell and the Doak Walker Awards. And, they played keep away here so far, for a lot of this game, keeping it away from that Delaware offense.
It's exactly what they want to do. They want to run the football. They run it 70% of the time, and it's pretty crazy to me that Cam Cook, who is in the slot now as a receiver, he leads the FBF in rush yards after contact, just keeps going.
Creel on the keeper. 2nd down and a long 6. Charles Kelly, first year as the head coach here at Jacksonville State. Grateful for the program. Rich Rodriguez left here. He retained just a handful of starters, though. Caden Creel, his 2nd career start at quarterback. The sophomore fakes the handoff, throws it to the flat, and it's caught by Jalen Likely, but he's immediately brought down to the turf by KT Say. So here's another 3rd down coming up.
The 2 pillars for head coach Charles Kelly's program: execution and discipline. And boy, have they not done that tonight. They've executed well on offense, gotten the takeaway on defense, and then just discipline. You're staying in your gaps, your gap sound. He's a defensive-minded head coach. Got to imagine just getting to field goal range right here.
Play number 11 of the drive. Creel missed his target. That's incomplete, intended for DeAndre Johnson. And so now 4th down, and they're on the edge of field goal range for Garrison Ripa.
Yeah, this Delaware defense, they're playing really well.
This was last week. Garrison Ripa, a career-long and a school-tying record 52-yarder to win at Sam Houston, 29-27. He was the Conference USA Special Teams Player of the Week. Now this is going to be from 54, and they better hurry. Play clock running out. They get the snap off. Snap.
Golly.
And placement was good, and the kick is no good. Long enough. It was wide to the right.
that thing would have been good from 70. Now good field position for Delaware.
Garrison Ripa, just his 3rd miss of the season. And it stays a 7-point game here in Jacksonville. It's a Week 7 Monday Night Football doubleheader. Bucks Lions at 7 Eastern, 4 Pacific on ESPN and ABC. Then Texans Seahawks on ESPN. Both available on the all-new ESPN app. Coverage kicks off at 3 Eastern with NFL Live at Ford Field. Bucks trying to become the first team to 6 wins in the NFC. What a year it's been for Baker.
Put an MVP in front of his name right now. Doing it without his first top four receivers, too.
Yeah, they've been a little short-handed. Well, that was a physical play there. Nick Tyree, the receiver, brought down by Max Sanders. 4-yard pickup for Delaware on this drive. This is their 5th drive of the game, and you can see what they have done. It has been a slow starting night for the Blue Hens.
Not good. Not good at all.
2nd and 6. Here comes some pressure. Minicucci gets it off and caught a couple of yards shy of the first down for Duplessis.
And it's their first 3rd and manageable of the night. 3rd and 3 or less. They're 4th best in the country. When you can do that, everything in the playbook is opened up. You can run the quarterback. You can still run the football with Joe Silver or Byron Ellison Jr., or you can find Jake Thaw in the flat. This is why they have been so good on 3rd down.
Sessoms, who was dinged up earlier in the game, goes in motion. What a play. Good pressure by that defensive front for the Gamecocks, led by Talon Carter. Their defensive leader up front at nose guard, and it's 4th down.
Talon Carter is a man among boys. He's going to come and do this little stunt game right here, unblocked, right up the middle. And when you're Talon Carter, you're 6'1", 300 pounds. You're making that stop every time.
How about Ryan Carty here going for it on his side of the field on 4th down. Minicucci cocks his arm, fires. It is caught by Thaw, and he's got enough for the first down. Ball comes out, scooped up by Caleb Nix. He's off to the house. Touchdown. 2nd fumble tonight for Delaware. This time, Caleb Nix with the scoop and score, 47 yards.
The brother of quarterback Bo Nix for the Denver Broncos playing defense right there. Jake Thaw fighting for extra yards. Was he down? Max Sanders with the force out. We're going to see. I think he was on top. Oh, that ball's out. He was on top of the defender, and then Caleb Nix just to the house.
Two costly turnovers for the Blue Hens tonight, and Charles Kelly's Jack State Gamecocks have a 14-0 lead with 10:37 to go before half. Caleb Nix, his dad Patrick, brother Bo. Caleb making a name for himself too in college football.
Welcome back to Jax State, where the lead is 14-0 thanks to Caleb Nix' scoop and score TD. He's a former quarterback, walked on at Clemson. His dad coached quarterbacks here at Jax State alongside first-year head coach Charles Kelly, who's leading this program now. And Caleb said that the level of detail that Coach Kelly teaches him has made him such an impactful safety, stance, key, alignment. He said each game you notice his impact on how I play more the ball side, because you take a route away, the familiarity that he has with playing defense because of his history as a quarterback. He came here, of course, because of the relationship that his dad had with Coach Kelly, but he said it really mattered to me that Coach Kelly wanted me to be a player here, not just because I was my dad's son, but because of who he thought I could be as an athlete.
Yeah, thanks, Marilyn. And that's the first Jax State fumble return for a touchdown in over 2 years. Gives him a 2-touchdown advantage from a yard deep in the end zone. This is coming out for my son Pollard. And he's going to be hit at the 20-yard line. There's a flag down. Pollard averages 30 yards per kick return, first in Conference USA. Was a little aggressive there. And now we'll see what the flag's about. It has not been a clean night for Ryan Carty's team.
During the return, holding receiving team number 27.
Yeah.
Half the distance to the goal. 1st and 10, Delaware.
That's a 4th penalty against Delaware tonight, and we still have 10.5 minutes to go before halftime.
Yeah, look, 5 drives for Delaware's offense, 3 punts, 2 fumbles. They had 3 fumbles all season coming in. If you're quarterback Nick Minicucci, just settle the troops. We're here. This is a very long game. Still 10 minutes left in the second quarter. You can't get it all back in one play. Just execute your offense.
A misdirection. Joe Silver got it. And boy, is this defense playing sharp tonight for defensive coordinator Brian Williams. Trevor Woods, who came to Jax State after 4 years in Boulder, Colorado with the Buffaloes, made the play.
Yeah, Trevor Woods is coming up from the safety position. He's their down safety guy. He's really a student of the game and a leader for that secondary, who has done a really good job tonight against a really explosive offense in Delaware.
5th tackle for loss already tonight for the Gamecocks D. Minicucci, that's a wide throw, trying to steer it back into his body. Duplessis can't do it. That throw was just off target.
Yeah, it was. He had Duplessis wide open, and just going back to Jax State's defense, they're keeping this Delaware Blue Hens offense completely off guard. They're catching them with blitzes, they're catching them with drop 8s, they're playing man-to-man, they're playing other, and that's sort of what this 3-3-5 at the genesis of it defense does for a quarterback. Sort of confuses you. You don't know where stuff's coming from. You don't know if it's pressure. You don't know if they're going to blitz right here or drop out.
3rd down and 11, down the middle, and off the hands of Jakari Kelly. He has been very consistent as a receiver for Delaware. Can't get that in, and it's another 4th down.
And they went back to 2 high safety look, and we've been saying it all game. That's where you want it to attack, right down the middle of the field, and it's just a hair off, right? You want to say if you're a receiver, catch it right, but you can make a better throw if you're Nick Minicucci. He just hasn't settled in nicely at all. He's 7 of 15 right now for only 69 yards, and they're doing all sorts of things on the defensive end to help with that.
Brendan Locke, another punt from the end zone this time. Michael Petway is going to step into it, and he's hit immediately. But great field position to start this drive for Jax State. We're going to have it at the 48-yard line of Delaware.
Cam Cook, he is obviously the leading rusher in the country, and he likes to run between the tackles. No one in the FBS is better at breaking tackles and continuing to run the football. And this Jax State defense, they've almost doubled up the 2nd place team in yards, over 10 yards when rushing. There you see 138 yards per game in the season, 29 tonight. They're going to continue feeding him the rock.
To the flat, Caleb Coombs. Open field tackle out wide there by Pollard. Coombs is the leading pass catcher for Jax State. They're throwing it just enough right now to keep Delaware thinking about it.
Yeah, Creel 3 for 6 for only 6 yards. A lot of this is just RPOs, just behind the line of scrimmage. You're going to see this Delaware defense. Everyone is within 10 yards. Got to throw it sometime to get them to back up.
Going to throw here, Creel off his back foot to a wide open Cook. He juggles and then hauls it in. Now to the 30, to the 25, and he dives in inside the 25 to the 22-yard line. That's a 25-yard catch after the run.
Just a really well-executed read from Caden Creel, going left to right, finding Cam Cook, who is the team's third leading receiver. So they like to do more than just hand him the football out of the backfield.
Eight and a half to go here, second quarter. Jacksonville State trying to be the first team to 3-0 in the league, and there is a touchdown for Recksteiner. Brock Recksteiner, his 4th receiving touchdown of the year. And Jack State has opened up a 3-score lead here in the first half.
Completely wide open. They ended up pressuring. Replace the pressure is what you're taught as a quarterback. You know, Brock Recksteiner, he is their #1 receiver when throwing the football. He's a hybrid tight end type guy and then takes it to the crib.
Brock Recksteiner, the son of the WWE Hall of Famer Scott Steiner. I'll tell you what, yeah, this Jack State team has given Delaware a DDT right now. It's 21-0. The 4th scoring drive of the season under 2 minutes for Jack State. It's now 21-0. Brock Recksteiner, his dad, a WWE Hall of Famer, and Brock plans to join the family business after college.
He does. He has an NIL deal with the WWE. I mean, Big Papa Pump. pumping some iron. It's impressive.
His uncle Braun Breaker, also a big name in that sport. End over end kick from Ripa, and this one will not be returned. Let's go back to the touchdown and then watch Rechsteiner after it's all said and done.
Really
cute.
Really well executed play here. They're going to pressure, and you're going to see Rechsteiner from the left side of your screen just come in. And, you know, they went with cover zero pressure, which means if you're, you know, KT say, you have man-to-man coverage. And then look at the kiss. He's already preparing for his next career, Clay.
He's got it down.
He's an entertainer.
Yes, he is.
He looks fast.
Fourth receiving touchdown. That's the most of anybody on the roster. Delaware tries to respond here as this offense has floundered in the first half. An incompletion for Minicucci, as Sean Wilson is the intended receiver. So far, Minicucci 7 of 16 for 69 yards.
Not the best night for him. Remember, this is a Delaware team that came into the game averaging almost 30 points per game, number 2 in Conference USA.
Minicucci lost it, and he's able to recover. A loss on the play as Isaac Walker is going to be credited with the stop. It's a loss of 3.
Number 7's coming down, and Minicucci's trying to keep it on the zone read option, and it's another fumble.
Already 2 turnovers for Delaware tonight, nearly another one.
They came in with 3 lost fumbles on the entire year. They have 2 lost fumbles, almost the 3rd right there.
Here's a down where Delaware desperately needs to convert. 3rd and 13. Lofting it up, and that's hauled in. Caught near midfield, and that's going to be a big play for Kyrie Duplessis. Duplessis spent the last 4 years at Coastal. He's been a big part of this offense. Now, did he step out before he came back in and caught it? That's the question.
Oh, that looks close. They're trying to go fast right now, but officials are holding. Oh, his heel is up. Do they have a good angle on it? They're letting him play, so.
They're going to review it.
Last minute.
Jack State sideline caught wind of that. And they're going to get a review.
The previous play is now under review.
Yeah, you can't go out of bounds and then come back into play and affect the football. And that's what happens here for Duplessis. It sure looks like that left foot is out of bounds right there.
It does, but you know, the question is, the heel is up. It's impossible to really tell from this angle. They didn't call it on the field, so there has to be indisputable video evidence. This is probably going to be the best look right there. I mean, it looks like, I mean, that's probably your best angle.
Yeah, that angle, it appears that Duplessis on the line.
God, and that you finally have a big play. You finally get a 3rd down conversion. We've gone 6 drives scoreless. Just when you think you have that, hey, let's get down there, this jolt of energy to the sideline, something like that happens. Yeah, hard to see his foot right there. The other angle's probably the best one we're going to get. But I'm with you, Clay. It looks like he did step out.
Well, as it stands right now, it's a catch, and it was a 44-yard reception down to the 35-yard line of Jack State. And that's the kind of play that Delaware just desperately needed. They finally get one. Now is it coming back?
And he only had 69 yards passing in the previous five drives.
And if it's not 1st down, it's going to be 3rd and 14. So this is critical for Delaware.
After review, the receiver was forced out of bounds, came back in, reestablished his right foot, became a runner, and was out of bounds at the 40-yard line. First down.
Forced out of bounds. You hear the referee say if you're establishing yourself back in the field of play, if you're pushed out of bounds. So here's, oh, I don't know about that.
Yeah, I think Delaware got a break, but they'll take it. Biggest play of the night for the Blue Hens. Should we mark it at the 40, so first down and 10 at the 40-yard line. Minicucci rolls right, comes back left to the tight end Sessoms. He's got it, and that's another first down as Delaware is starting to find some rhythm in this offense.
Really nice play design where they're going to clear out everyone, and they're going to have Elijah Sessoms just come on a drag route underneath. More of this, more crossing routes versus all this man-to-man coverage. Best drive of the night so far.
Minicucci caught and immediately hit is Jake Thaw. Boy, Malcolm Jones, the former Michigan State Spartan, throwing his body around. 2-yard pickup, second and 8.
Just going to go on a little out route right here. Malcolm Jones, the nickel, comes up, lays the wood down. Nice form tackle. Executed perfectly, nice and disciplined.
You know, this defense has been solid. One of the problems for Jack State's D this year, allowing too many explosives. Finally, that catch. The long play, that's really the only one they've given up tonight. This is Joe Silver, nothing up the middle against that defensive front. So now another third and fairly long.
It's been an interesting game plan by Jack State because they have not allowed Delaware to run the football at all. Only 5 yards on the ground. Now 6 with that 1 yard. Most of the damage has been done through the air because they're just playing man-to-man coverage, loading the box, daring them to throw it. And they haven't done a good job tonight doing that.
3rd and 7, Minicucci had to get rid of it. Coming in hot, Kieran Stansberry, who's had a really good first half, and now it's 4th down and 7.
Unblocked defensive end right in the face of Minicucci. I think they were trying to set up almost like an RPO with a flat route to the sideline. Just an error there, I think, by Noah Rosak.
Now Ryan Carty's going to keep the offense out. They're going to go for it on 4th down. They are within Nate Reed field goal range, but they want to get 6 on this drive. Got to convert first, and that pass was short of the sticks. It was caught by Sean Wilson, but he cut that route off about 4 yards short of the line to gain. And so Jack State will get it back, a turnover on downs.
Another error. You got to know where you're at. 4th and 7, 4th and 6. If the route says 5 yards, you have to go past the sticks. And as Nick Minicucci is rolling out to the left, you want to try to put that football on your receiver rather than lead him out. Sean Wilson just continued out of bounds. They had a corner route on top of it that was well covered. And it just, you know, it's just a sprint out on 4th and 7. You see the corner route by Jake Thaw, and man, that's a big mistake for their best drive of the night.
And now we'll see what the Gamecocks can do with it. Andrew Paul, the running back, transferred in from Georgia a couple of years ago, gets his first touch of the night. Nothing there, a loss of 2. Charles Kelly says he's going to put his running back room up against anyone's in the country. He likes Andrew Paul. We haven't seen a ton of him on the season. He's been nicked up a little bit this year. Obviously, Cam Cook makes it go, and look at this run for Cook. Good burst there. He's going to get about 8. Jason Scott with the tackle. So 3rd down and a little bit more manageable. As you see Creel's numbers tonight, he hasn't thrown it much. He hasn't had to. Jack State has taken advantage of Delaware mistakes.
Yeah, only 8 pass attempts, but it's been pretty clean through the air. Haven't really seen him take off and run. This third and manageable right here. I mean, this is sprint out or continue to hand the football off.
Creel incomplete. Wanted Dylan Gentry. He was blanketed. And it's 4th down, so that's a 3 and out. Let's go down to Maryland.
You talk about Caden Creel's minimal passing. OC Clint Trickett has been frustrated with Creel's decision-making when a pass play has been called, and he's also been frustrated with Creel's inability, Chase, as you said, to take off with it. He said we need to get the ball to our best playmakers more than just handing it off to Cam Cook. He said we've got to be more explosive.
Donaghy's punt. Backs off Thaw. He's going to let it bounce. What a roll here for Jack State. All the way to the 16-yard line. There's a 57-yard punt for Donaghy. Now the first game of our ESPN Friday Night College Football doubleheader at 7 Eastern. Carson Beck at number 2 Miami hosting 4-1 Louisville in a big ACC conference game in Coral Gables. North Carolina and Cal in the nightcap after that. Carson Beck, a lot of people's favorite for the Heisman right now.
Yeah, absolutely. Carson Beck's playing outstanding football down there in Miami. I don't know if there's a more well-rounded team in college football than the Miami Hurricanes.
Carson Beck, of course, the transfer from Georgia, has landed at Miami, and are they glad to have him? What a year for the Canes. Minicucci, and this Delaware offense has been anemic. There's the running back, Silver, with the catch out of the wheel route.
Nice job. Finally getting a throw down the football field. Just going to go up the sideline. He's covered by Walker Olstein, who's more of a run defender. So nice play design there by Ryan Carty, trying to get the vertical pass game going these last 2 drives. Been the best 2 so far of the night.
36 yards to the 47 of the Gamecocks. Minicucci, deep ball down the middle of the field. Man-to-man coverage there. And Travis Franklin, he has been doing a great job in the secondary. Of course, forced to fumble in the first quarter. He was right there step for step with Duplessis.
I don't know if I've seen more shots down the football field in the first half fall incomplete. So that seems to be their game plan. They just want to continue taking shots down the field because they are loading the box up. They are pressuring him, but would love to see some catch and run type throws to take a little bit of pressure off Nick Minicucci of being perfect.
Minicucci 12 of 23. Throw, there's some contact. Yeah, that's going to draw a flag for sure. Intended for Max Patterson. And R.J. Rayner, I think he's going to be the guilty culprit there, the corner.
Pass interference. Defense, number 10. 15-yard penalty for the previous spot. Automatic first down.
Just getting there too early. The ball was clearly overthrown. No need for that. True freshman.
Yeah, we talked about their inexperience in youth, and it shows itself from time to time.
This is a big drive for Delaware. 2:52 left in the first half.
We'll get some points on the board before the break. Minicucci stays clean in the pocket, throwing to the corner. What a catch. Did he stay in bounds?
Oh!
Yes! Great grab by Nick LeBoy. His first catch of the night. That's 31 yards down to the 1. And hold on, there's a flag.
Personal foul. Run from the passer. Defense, number 40. After this goal, automatic first down.
Well, this is going to hold up for Delaware. Walker Osteen, who had that fumble recovery back in the first quarter, he's called for roughing.
Nicholas LeBoy just on a go ball. I mean, this has been the game plan. Oh, does his right foot get down? I mean, that is an unbelievable catch in the sense of just having the body control, and you see in a tight pocket, and that's what they got Walker Olstein hitting the head.
Wow.
I mean, are they not? It's hard to tell from up here.
They're not going to review it. Handoff. And touchdown, Byron Ellison. First touchdown of the year for Ellison, and Delaware is on the board.
Going for 2. Best drive of the night, though. Byron Ellison finishes it off. And this has really been the game plan all night. We're just going to throw the football down the field.
Minicucci flips it out. Duplessis, he's going to pass, and it is juggled and dropped. Wilson had it, lost it, and it stays 21-6.
That'll suck the life out of the sideline. You go down, best drive, best 2 drives of the night. The question going for 2 there, but it's wide open and just a drop. Here's the look back at the original catch, and just an unbelievable job by Nicholas LeBoy, staying in bounds.
Yeah, getting a foot down.
Getting a foot down, controlling the football, and then just play bully ball right up the middle. They're pulling the guard coming around. And then this decision time to go for 2. A little trickery. You throw it out to Kyrie Duplessis, and then, oh my goodness, you have him wide open. Sean Wilson with the drop. Like the trickery. But if you're Delaware right now, first 7 drives of the night, 131 yards, and that last drive, quick strike. I mean, nothing else could go wrong in this football game, and we still have a 2-score gameplay. If they hold them here, get the ball back with 3 timeouts and the 2-minute timeout.
Yeah, there's time to work with.
You know.
Delaware 3-2, 1-1. Their first year in Conference USA, first year in the FBS. Trying to beat the defending Conference USA champions from a year ago here tonight. Well, Caden Creel, second career start. Again, he doesn't throw it much. He's known for extending plays, and he's known for his running ability.
He's really a one-read quarterback, but you know, Delaware has done a really nice job controlling him on the ground tonight. Only 28 yards rushing, and you know, as we go into this 2-minute drive, Clay, their 2-minute offense is really more of this. Exactly what you're seeing right here. They run the football in 2-minute drill. Remember, they get the second half kickoff, so you want to make sure Delaware doesn't get the football back, get the first down, keep the clock running.
They're going to throw again, another short pass to the outside, caught by Cook. He is quickly spun down after a yard gain. So about 10 seconds before the 2-minute timeout, we'll see if Jack State will run another play or if they're going to let the clock get to the timeout. They'll run one. Creel wants to throw, pumps to the near side, now over the middle, and that's a strike, caught at the 45 by Caleb Coombs. 2-minute timeout. Jack State approaching midfield as a 2-score lead just ahead of halftime, looking for more. All right, back here in Jacksonville. Minute 55 to go before halftime. 2-minute drill here for Jack State. Caden Creel escapes the sack, more pressure, and down he goes on his back. At the 43-yard line of Jacksonville State. Noah Matthews getting in, the transfer from Kentucky, Delaware native. And now a timeout called for by Delaware. We have 2 left. It's the first sack tonight for this Delaware defense, Chase Daniel, and comes at a good time as, you know, they got a scoring drive put together here ahead of halftime, and they'd like to get the ball back. Some more points on the board before the break.
Yeah, absolutely. Caden Creel is just, first of all, he's very hard to sack because he's slippery. He's a really good runner. They're trying to do double move, as you see Creel pump down the right sideline. But Delaware taking the timeout, saying, hey, we want the football back after that 3-yard loss. And it's interesting strategy, going to be able to see what they're doing here at Jack State. Are they going to run the football? Or are they going to try to continue to throw it? Because they're 2-minute offense. I mean, last week they were able to get a nice touchdown at the end of the game.
Creel play fake. Throws, screen, caught. Rex Steiner. Burst, first down. Stays on his feet. No whistle. And he's hogtied at the 26-yard line. What a second effort by Brock Rechsteiner, who refused to give up. Yeah, he stayed up.
Looks like his.
Oh, was his elbow down?
Maybe his elbow. Maybe his elbow. He was doing a WWE move, though, trying to get off the ropes. His forearm might have been down. Really athletic play, though, just a screen. You see that left, right forearm right there.
Oh, yeah, for sure.
Yeah. Live, it looked like he was rolling.
Well, we saw Jack State, as you mentioned, in less than a minute.
Yeah.
In the last game against Sam Houston, drive down with 47 seconds left to set up the game-winning field goal. Here they go again. Not a lot of time on the clock. A couple of timeouts, and this offense is unique in its 2-minute setup. Like you said, they like to run it, but there is a nice pass to Rechsteiner, who's been really effective here in the first half.
Yeah, their run game, also their screen game is really effective, looking on that game-winning drive where they kicked that field goal. But it just is one of those things where it's it's not ordinary, right? To see a quarterback not throw the football down the field in 2-minute drives, and that's what they're doing here, right? Before the 2-minute warning, they were able to throw the football down the field, which that's something that head coach Charles Kelly told us, hey, we need to be able to do that. But just a really nice job by a guy in his second career start, already 2-minute drives, shown that he's pretty good at running them, right? As they went up to the line of scrimmage really fast before the 2-minute timeout to get an extra huge play, and then just managing it really well.
After review, the runner's right elbow was down with the ball at the 43-yard line. It'll be first down at that spot. Game clock operator, please reset the game clock to 1 minute and 42 seconds, and it'll start on my ready for play signal.
So instead of a 32-yard play, it's a 15-yard play. With 1:42 to go. A couple of timeouts in their back pocket.
If you're Delaware, you're in full, hey, protect the field goal mindset. You're out of the timeouts. You have 2 left. You're not calling them.
Play fake. Creel dancing, staying on his feet, trying to escape the pocket. He is taken down by the shoes. A gain of 1 as Dominic Bronya, the defensive tackle, makes the stop. Clock is running.
Yeah, they're on the ball, but really nice job just getting to Caden Creel.
Creel at midfield. Again, out of the pocket, directing traffic, throws, and it's caught at the 30-yard line by Pearson Baldwin, the tight end, but a flag in the backfield for Jacksonville State. I think this is a holding call.
They're not used to pass protecting with this quarterback. And so when they're in pass-only mode,
After further discussion, there is no foul in the play for holding.
They're going to pick it up.
All right.
And Ryan Carty wants an explanation. So that is going to move the ball to the 30-yard line. First down, Jack State.
Yeah, I mean, number 50 maybe. Lets him go as he goes by.
It's the center, Lucas Murchkowski. Here's Creel again. He's on target. Caught. Rechsteiner again to the 21-yard line. Another first down as we go under a minute till halftime.
These kids look good so far running this 2-minute drive. No timeout. Get up there, catch the defense off guard.
Creel taking a shot at the end zone. Contact. Jack State fans want a flag, and they get one. DeAndre Johnson, the 6'8" receiver, was battling there in the secondary with Kayshawn Cox.
I'm going to be interested to see if Kayshawn Cox's helmet came off. I'm going to be interested to see if this is offensive pass interference or not.
Personal foul, face mask, offense, number 11. 15-yard penalty for the previous spot. Second down.
You're right.
As DeAndre Johnson, number 11, was going for this football, he literally grabs
Number 6 for the defense. They return to the game.
Kayshawn Cox Jr.'s face mask right there and rips his helmet off. This is a great call by the officials. Really nice work.
DeAndre Johnson, the tall receiver for Jack State. Rutgers transfer. He was the number 4 recruit in New York a few years back. So now 45 seconds to go. Second down and a mile. Creel going the wrong direction. Now spinning out of the pocket, looking downfield. Throws and incomplete. He's looking for Caleb Coombs. So third down.
And if you're Delaware here, if they end up running the football to try and get closer to field goal range, I'm calling my second timeout. This is a fast scoring offense for Delaware. So now your timeouts come back into play on 3rd and 25. If I'm Jack State, I'm wanting to run the football to make Delaware use a timeout and get a little bit closer in field goal range.
I've also seen Cam Cook in situations like this as a receiver, but it's Dylan Gentry, former Auburn Tiger, and he is quickly wrapped up by Calabodi.
Oh, doesn't look like they're going to call a timeout.
They are not. Clock running, 2 timeouts remaining, but they're not using them right now.
Interesting decision.
Creel. 10 seconds in the half. Creel gets out of the pocket, and down he goes. And somebody's going to call a timeout here. With 4 seconds to go and a Delaware player down on the field, it's Keyshawn Hunter.
30 seconds in length.
So Jack State calls the timeout. And what did you think of that play call?
I mean, the play call is fine. I'm just really confused on why, Delaware did not call a timeout after that. You have them really dead beyond the sticks, and then you have time to call a timeout. It's 3rd and forever. Now it's 4th down. You would have had 25 seconds at least, and you're giving, Nick Mitakuchi, who is the conference's leading passer, some time to make something happen down the field. But
Keyshawn Hunter, one of the best pass rushers for Delaware, is down in the field. Native of Washington, D.C. This defense has been banged up here a little bit. Second game without starting linebacker Dylan Traynor. We're hoping to get him back soon. They bring Ripa on. He's going to try and add to this Jack State lead ahead of the half. He was really good in that win over Sam Houston. Of course, hit that 52-yard game winner. He has had 1 attempt tonight from 54. That would have been a new career high, but he missed it to the right. This will be from 46. Out of the hold of Cade Bakke. And this one is drifting and also no good. Garrison Ripa, who couldn't miss, was the special teams player of the week in Conference USA last week, is 0 for 2 tonight. But All in all, a pretty good first half for Jack State. Trying to go to 3-0 in Conference USA, leading 21-6 at the break.
Yeah. Just got to regroup. Got to understand, hey, there's still a lot of game left, and Coach Kelly right there, or excuse me, Coach Carty right there is trying to get an explanation on what happened at the end of that half.
Let's go down to Maryland.
Coach, how do you assess the way that your young quarterback, Caden Creel, ran your 2-minute offense there?
Well, we did some good things, but we've got to make some quicker decisions, get the ball out of his hands. He's got it, he had a couple of guys open early. You got to be able to take it, but he's learning. So, but we moved the ball downfield, had a chance to get a field goal. But listen, this is going to be a 60-minute game. That's one of the things we talked about.
How do you ensure your team maintains its composure through the next 30 minutes?
Well, we learned last week that it's a 60-minute game. You play all 60 minutes. We don't look at the scoreboard. We're not interested in results. We're not interested in scores. We just got to play the next play.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Charles Kelly, first-year head coach at Jack State. His team leading 21-6. At the half over Delaware, Zubin Maheny, Trevor Matich on the backside of this commercial break. They'll take you through halftime. Presented by Ram Trucks. One half is in the books here on weekday CUSA 21-6 Jack State leading Delaware. As we get ready to start the second half, Clay Matvick, Chase Daniel, Maryland Payne down on the sideline. And Chase, this game has kind of played out interestingly where Minicucci comes in as the leading passer in Conference USA, but Caden Creel in his second career start has outplayed him at quarterback.
The story of the day has been Caden Creel, and he's done it through the air. We haven't seen him do it on the ground as much. And as we cut to the chase to show you a little bit, really what he has been able to do, he's 11 of 16, 111 yards, so really efficient through the air. Here finding the leading rusher in the nation out of the backfield, Cam Cook, and just the decision-making really stands out to me here as he throws the slant route to Rex Steiner after the pressure and then be able to get out of the pocket, right? He hasn't seen his first read be open, but he's done a good job of escaping some pressure and really playing an efficient first half of football. That's really 6 quarters going back to last week's game of really efficient football for him.
Yeah, Charles Kelly told Creel, hey, be yourself, don't turn it over. He's not expected to throw for 300 yards, and he hasn't done that tonight. 111 through the first half, but he hasn't turned it over. Meanwhile, Delaware, 2 really bad turnovers in that first half, both led to points.
Yeah, and exactly the opposite of what we said coming in, where Delaware was a very well-coached, disciplined team that doesn't have a lot of penalties and doesn't have a lot of turnovers.
So Caden Creel replaced Gavin Wimsatt, the Kentucky transfer, at quarterback. In the second half, a couple of games ago against Southern Miss, got the start last week. The win over Sam Houston, second career start. You can see what he has done against Nick Minicucci, who came in as Conference USA's leading passer. First down and 10. And they'll go back to their bread and butter, and that's the ground game.
Oh, man. Nice run.
Yeah, we've seen that a few times tonight for Cam Cook. His legs never stop moving. Give him 5 on first down.
Absolutely, and this is going to be, I think, the story of the second half. Can the Gamecocks control the football? Can they continue to get the leading rusher in the country going? Right now, only 10 carries for 35 yards. They wanted to get him 30 touches. As the game goes on, he gets better.
He's actually been probably better as a receiver tonight. They give him another carry here, cuts back, flag comes in. And yeah, there is a marker down at the 30-yard line here.
Holding, defense number 52, 10-yard penalty, automatic first down.
A lot of penalties on Delaware tonight. That's their 5th. Dominic Bronya, the defensive tackle, with that one.
Going to hold the offensive lineman. He's right there in the middle of the screen, so he can't get off the block for the linebacker. That's a big no-no. Can't do that.
Here's Creel rolling out. Throws on the run to the sideline over the head of Coombs. Blake Matthews in coverage. And I say a lot of penalties by Delaware's standards.
Yeah, absolutely. I mean, they're one of the most disciplined teams, at least coming into this game in the country. They only have been penalized 3.6 times a game, so just a little under 4 penalties. That ranks 5th nationally, and it's just not the type of style of team they play.
Second and 10, play action again to the flat. It's Coombs, and he's immediately wrapped up by Blake Matthews that time. Third down.
This defense has done a really good job of, one, bottling up Cam Cook. Thought he would get going a little bit more in this game, but a 3rd and long right here, no bigger down from Delaware defensively to get off the field, get this ball back in the hands of Nick Minicucci in this powerful offense.
Jack State has just converted once tonight on 3rd down, 1 of 6. Backpedaling Creel down the seam, incomplete behind Petway. Spun his receiver around. Nate Evans, the best cover corner in Delaware's secondary, was in on the coverage, 4th down, and Jack State's going to have to punt.
Dillard's done a really nice job, really all night on 3rd down. They are literally wanting the quarterback to throw the football down the field. It's this cover 0 defense where there's no safeties back. They're playing man-to-man coverage. If they get some time, there's some plays open down the field.
Rugby-style kick. Thaw lets it bounce. It was a great special teams return man for Michigan on that national championship team a couple of years ago. And gets it across the 30-yard line. Let's go down to Maryland Payne.
You talk about Delaware's lack of discipline by their standards in this game. As that defensive penalty was called, Nick Minicucci standing on the sideline, he shakes his head and he says, "This is not us. We can't do the second half this way." Other members of the offense are reacting the same way for the Blue Hens. They know they have to be truer to their standard in the second.
Yeah, it's just been uncharacteristic Blue Hens football tonight. They'll go to work here, 1st down and 10 from the 32. Pass on 1st down, and that is Sessoms along the sideline, the big tight end. He's going to get a handful there, 3. Did he get his foot in? Yeah, he did.
Yeah.
In fact, he got 2 in.
That's good in the NFL standards.
Minicucci, plenty of time to throw, comebacker, and just chunking it down the field through the air. Jakari Kelly on that reception, and here's a 3rd and 6.
Yeah, this is a big 3rd down, right? Just for the sideline, for the confidence of Nick Minicucci. But this Jack State defense has done a really nice job of keeping them guessing on the offensive side of the football. One play they're rushing 8, the next play they're dropping 8. One play they're blitzing all out from the left. And they've just done a really nice job defensively tonight.
Minicucci, nice dance to avoid the sack, but he's incomplete. Intended for Donovan Lewis, his 5'9" wide receiver. Incomplete, and it's 4th down, and Delaware another 3 and out. Their 3rd tonight.
You're going to see Walker Olstein right down the middle, makes Nick Minicucci go to his left just enough to get off guard and throw an inaccurate football, and that's exactly what we're talking about, Clay. It's a rush, 3, drop 8, bring up the middle, bring from the left, bring from the right. They're pushing all the right buttons tonight so far.
This punt for Locke. And Petway with the catch inside the 20. 44-yard punt. Jacksonville, Alabama, 21-6. Gamecocks. There is Cam Cook. It's been a quiet night in the run game for the nation's leading rusher, but he's been involved in this offense for sure in other ways.
Yeah.
Creel. That is caught by Coombs. Tyshawn Pollard quickly gets to him. There is Rick Trickett, the offensive line coach. He's been an offensive line coach since the 70s. He was one of the coaches retained from Rich Rod's staff as Coombs makes another catch. It's going to be 3rd down and short. And that was a big retention for Charles Kelly.
Absolutely, and Coach Kelly told us in meetings, he said, hey, he was the most valuable recruit of this recruiting class to be able to keep him there. And this offensive line doing a great job tonight so far.
And that line opens up a huge hole for Cam Cook. There he goes. Angling toward the corner. He's going to be caught from behind. Dropped inside the 5 by Calabodi. There's the big run we were looking for from Cam Cook.
And you knew it was coming. The Gamecocks lead the FBS in rushes of 10 plus yards, and this 3rd and short, sometimes you can get so frustrated as a defense on this 3rd and short. We're just going to completely stuff the middle, but if you're not in your gap, if you're not in the right alignment, this is what Cam Cook can do. He can take it all the way. There's a reason why this guy is the leading rusher in the country, because he has some vision, he has good speed, and he has good bounce.
They bring in Jawan Campbell from the defensive side of the ball as a fullback. And a little jumbo package here inside the 5-yard line. That's going to go for a yard for Cook.
Trying to get creative down there. Jawan Campbell, 5'11", 282 pounds, but Cook finally breaking loose. 12 carries for 106 yards. They're sort of bottled up through the night, and this Delaware Blue Hens defense has done a really nice job until that run of being really stout up front.
Jawan Campbell to the left of Creel, but Creel won't hand it off. He's going to throw to the end zone, and a penalty flag intended for Johnson. He may have been interfered with.
Yeah, Nate Evans is going to get called for pass interference. He was pretty much holding him. Nate Evans is their best cover corner right there, but it just bear hugs him pretty much. DeAndre Johnson trying to throw a goal line fade.
Pass interference, defense number 1. The foul occurred in the end zone. By rule, the ball be placed at the 2-yard line. Automatic 1st down.
Yeah, just holding on to him right there. I don't know if he thought he was beat. Ball lands out of bounds though, but better to have, I guess, pass interference. And that DeAndre Johnson out there, he is 6'8", that they're trying to throw a fade to.
And they snap it directly to Jawan Campbell. Big defensive tackle.
Look at that.
A little wrinkle in this offense for Clint Trickett.
That looked like an Andy Reid style play. Remember a couple years ago when Dontari Poe, the nose tackle, 350 pounds. But he's right here. I mean, that's just a big human being. They snap it. Right, I mean, right. Oh, what if they do it again? Give this big man a touchdown, Clay.
Now Cam Cook and Christian Lando in the backfield now, and it's going to be Cook and Delaware saying, no, you don't. Boy, how about this defense buckling down in the red zone? It's going to be a loss of 1. Noah Matthews gets the stop. 3rd and goal.
You'd imagine this is 4-down territory right here, up 21-6. Wouldn't be surprised if they run it twice in a row, but imagine if they are going to throw it, you're going to get Caden Creel out on the move, or an RPO style play to their number 1 receiver, Brock Rechsteiner, right there.
Now Rechsteiner stops his motion to the near side, and now Creel keeps it and lunges toward the goal line. He's going to be folded over at the 1. 4th down. And they're going to go for it.
Yeah, going fast. 2 down. They had Rechsteiner in the flat.
Cook takes a hit. Great second effort touchdown. We have seen that from Cook all night tonight. You just can't take him down on the first pop.
There is no better back in the country for rushing yards after contact. He gets hit at the 2-yard line, keeps those legs rolling. And we haven't done enough talking about these big hogs up front. This offensive line lost 4 or 5 starters this year, and they are running the football at an extremely high rate. Back-to-back handoffs on 3rd and 4th down. Tells you how they feel about them.
And Rick Trickett will take some of the credit for that, I'm sure. Doesn't mind that at all. 28-6. 8 plays, 81 yards, and 319. And Cook, that big, long run to set up the touchdown. Weekday CUSA and the Gamecocks in control in the 3rd quarter. Rushing.
He's done most of his work between the tackles. So many different areas that he's done it, in the ground, on the air, but he's one of the strongest backs in the country. And here's that home run threat on 3rd and short. Everyone's up there. There's no safeties back because everyone's up at the line of scrimmage trying to stop him. Gets a little bit tired, but on 3rd and 4th down right here, run it back-to-back plays, gets into the end zone, flexes on you. Have a night, number 4, Cam Cook.
Couple of touchdowns for Cook. He has 9 rushing touchdowns on the year now. 107 yards. He led the Horned Frogs at TCU in rushing last year. Comes to Jacksonville State looking for a change of scenery, and he has been a huge factor for this offense this year. As Pollard comes out of the end zone, he's going to be driven down at the 20. So Nick Minicucci and the Delaware offense had a tough night. 197 yards passing and doesn't have any picks, but he also doesn't have any touchdown passes. He hasn't been using as many receivers as we saw him use in the last game.
Absolutely. Look, he likes to spread it around, but you got to give credit where credit's due, and Jack State's just bodying them up and playing a lot of man coverage.
Oh, that's contact in the secondary, but no penalty flag.
Tripped up.
Jaheim Jenkins, his feet wrapped up. Sean Wilson's.
Looks like their feet just get tangled right here, but you got to wonder why they're struggling so much against this 3-3-5 style defense, which, by the way, they see in practice every single day, and that's one of the pros of the 3-3-5 defense. You just don't know where they're going to attack you defensively, and they have blitzed from all over the place. They've dropped 8. It's just been a tough night to get into any type of rhythm for a quarterback.
Jack State rushes 3, gets some pressure on Minicucci. He has to throw it. Boy, and there's a catch by Wilson, and he is paying the price as Jaheim Jenkins takes him off his cleats.
Jenkins with a D-cleater. But even on these small throws outside, Clay, haven't you just being a little bit inaccurate? Hadn't put the ball right on like we've seen him in the film study going into this game. And you got to imagine that this drive right here, I mean, this is a pretty big drive in the game.
Byron Ellison is going to get the direct snap. He has a touchdown in this game, and he is their big power back, short yardage, goal line guy. He's going to get the first down. Joined the Blue Hens from Tulsa this past summer. And Delaware will keep this drive alive. You know, Minicucci, we have seen some savvy from the junior quarterback. In his first start of the year, that loss at Colorado, Deion Sanders was impressed. Coach Prime said, hey, that's a kid who's a baller. So don't count this Delaware team out yet, especially with Minicucci at the controls.
I didn't think baller would be coming out of your mouth tonight, Clay.
Well, I didn't say it. Deion did.
Cowboy, maybe. Oh.
Incomplete. It was Duplessis running down the hash marks. Aaron Stansberry had the pressure on Minicucci.
And watching this offense, I mean, they're just continuing to take shots down the football field. They're trying to get 22 points back in one play. It's been the game plan all night long, but you just got to stack completions. Still a lot of football left, and they're living and dying by the big play, and they just unfortunately haven't been able to hit very many of them.
Ellison tripped up by Peyton Hodges. The outside linebacker, Shane Peyton Hodges from New Orleans. That's going to be a 1-yard gain and another 3rd down and long for Delaware.
Blitzing off the edge from the left, and this Delaware offense, they're one-dimensional tonight. They've ran the football 16 times for 11 yards. They came in averaging almost 150 rushing yards. So they are daring Nick Minicucci and these receivers to beat them throwing it, and they haven't been able to do it.
Yeah, they've also really taken the quarterback run game away. Minicucci's only run it a few times tonight. And good adjustment by the receiver to try and make that catch, but he can't. Donovan Lewis trying to get around the defense of Jenkins. Incomplete. And Delaware, they're staying on the field at least for now. 4th down. And I guess if maybe they're figuring here, what do we have to lose at this point?
Still a 3-score game. You still have plenty of time left. I mean, if you're already in field goal range, I don't agree with this decision at all. If Jack State gets the ball right here, I mean, you might try to draw them off sides. We're going.
Minicucci gets heated up. Caught by Sessoms, and he's going to be close to the first down. We'll see where they mark it. He didn't get it. He's a yard short. Needed 9, he got 8. And Delaware is going to turn it over on downs. Excellent field position for Jack State to take over the plus side of the field.
Yeah, they just bring up 2 defensive linebackers right up the middle. They call it a cross dog because 12 and 21, they cross. A dog is a blitz, and they're staying aggressive, and it causes Nick Minicucci to have to throw the football earlier than he wants to. Just a nice job. I mean, they are dialing it up over there. Defensive coordinator Brian Williams, extraordinary game plan so far tonight.
Great blitz there by Miles Butler, the linebacker. And now a whistle. Not sure what happened here. Reed Brotherton.
The game clock is
lead
good.
official.
1st and 10, Jack State.
We thought there was a problem with the game clock, but there's not, so we carry on. You see the total yardage for the Gamecocks, 272 tonight. 116 through the air, 156 on the ground. And there's Cook again with a burst. He'll get 5 on first down. A late flag comes in behind the play.
Holding defense number 9. 10-yard penalty from the end of the run. Automatic first down.
Boy, this is so uncharacteristic of Delaware. Their 7th penalty. About twice what they're used to taking in a game.
Just don't look ready to play. See head coach on the sideline going ballistic. He didn't think it was a hold.
4th-year head coach. As Cook gets another carry. We talked to Carty at length this week. Former Delaware quarterback coming off back-to-back 9-win seasons in the FCS. I mean, it's a winning tradition at Delaware, making the jump to the FBS this year. Wants to build this thing the right way into the new era. He's under contract through 2030, but I got to believe the performance so far here tonight is making his stomach turn a bit.
Yeah, especially turning the football over offensively.
They fake the pitch. Creel keeps it. He's a good runner, making his way to the end zone. He's going to be escorted out near the end. No, did he get in? No, they're gonna mark him out way back at the 11-yard line. That's where they're going to say he stepped out.
Yeah, just slippery. There he steps out. But a nice, really nice play design where you're faking the pitch to Cam Cook, you're reading the defensive end, and you're putting a foot in the ground and going north and south as a runner. That's where he's best.
First down and 10. They go back to Cook. Caden Creel. You know, say what you want about that downfield passing game, but I think, you know, what he has done offensively tonight, mixing it up a little bit, and the short passing game has been really good.
Yeah, the screens, the behind the lines type stuff, they've allowed their playmakers to get the football in their hands and get vertical.
Good fake. Creel down to the 2. Kayshawn Cox cut him down before the end zone, a gain of 7.
Looks like he just hurt his elbow right there. He's running off the field.
That'll be Gavin Wimstad. Will come back in.
Quarterback run. Cam Cook with a nice block. As he gets hit right there, he grabs his left elbow as he falls. Oh man, looks like he hyperextended it. He's going right to the locker room, it looks like.
So here's Gavin Wimsatt, who lost his job to Caden Creel.
Timeout.
But
Jack State, they're first.
Charles Kelly said we would probably see Wimsatt at some point here tonight. Sometimes use 2 quarterbacks on the field at once, but I'm sure he didn't want to see it this way as Creel is heading to the locker room.
Yeah, that's a tough one for Caden Creel, who started really to come into his own. It's a next man up. Hope he's okay. His left elbow, but next man up mentality. And Gavin Wimsatt played a lot this year, 55% passer, but also gives you that dual threat, Clay. 46 carries for over 240 yards and has 4 rushing touchdowns. So a little bit of a different player than Caden Creel. Can throw it maybe a little bit better, but also gives you that threat to run.
3rd program for Wimsatt, Rutgers, Kentucky, now Jack State. the former starter. 3rd down and 1. Get a first down yet. Cook says we don't need a first down. We're just going to get a touchdown. Cook with his 3rd touchdown of the night. And the route is officially on now.
Yeah, they're going to see a lot more of that. Hand the football off to Cam Cook and the hat trick. I know you call hockey play. We're not seeing any hats on the football field, but I mean it's bully ball at this point. And we talked, about offensive line coach Rick Trickett. I mean they have this bunch of guys up front. They are playing well, and when they're playing well, Cam Cook is really, really happy.
Six plays, 43 yards in under 3 minutes. Cook tying a career high with his 3rd rushing touchdown of the night. And it's all Gamecocks. Weekday CUSA from Jacksonville. Football starts at noon, LSU and Vandy, and then Ole Miss and Georgia at 3:30 Eastern. And how about Tennessee and Alabama for the 108th meeting? Vols haven't won in Tuscaloosa in over 20 years, and what that will do to their college playoff hopes.
Alabama's looking,
get that done.
Alabama's looking good, man.
Well, the injury to Caden Creel is what Jack State fans are worried about right now. They have this game in hand, but The quarterback injured his left arm and left briefly. He's making his way back to the sideline.
Does not look like he's moving it at all. Hope he's all right.
Fair catch called for. Let's go to the studio and Zubin Mehenti. All right, the only other game in Conference USA tonight, of course, UTEP last year in CUSA. And Jack State trying to go to 3-0. Be the first team to 3-0 in CUSA this season with a win here tonight. So far, so good. Crossing route. Leading receiver Duplessis is drilled down at the 30 by Rod Elston. Upcoming Conference USA games on ESPN. Kennesaw State and FIU. We're going to see that one in Miami next week. Tennessee and Delaware. That'll be the next game for the Blue Hens. Tell you what, FIU, that win last night over Western Kentucky, certainly impressive. Here's Minicucci airing it out, and that is caught. Max Patterson. That was a big-time catch, 40 yards for Patterson, whose dad played in the NFL, and that was a pro-type reception.
Absolutely, and this is such a nice job of running right down the seam to an inside fade, and a really nice football thrown there by Nick Minicucci, probably his best one of the night. So you get a quick score here, make things semi-interesting.
Caught on the sideline by LeBoy. He'll lunge ahead to the 20. Good catch and play on first down, a gain of 8.
Yeah, going back to this catch, it goes through his arms. He puts it on his knees and says, hey, I can make a circus catch.
Nine different receivers now used by Minicucci, starting to involve a lot of people. To the end zone, there's Patterson again, touchdown. Boy, Max Patterson coming alive on that series. 21-yard hookup with Minicucci. First touchdown pass of the night for Minicucci.
Impressive job by Minicucci, just buying some time as Max Patterson crosses around the middle of the football field in man-to-man, buying some extra time, and as someone is about to tackle him, throws an absolute dart to Max Patterson. Max Patterson entered this gameplay, 5 catches, 44 yards.
That's his first career touchdown. And they're going to go for 2. We've seen a 2-point conversion fail tonight for the Blue Hens. Can they convert here? To the corner? No. Way over the head of Duplessis. So 2 2-point conversions go for naught. It's 35-12 with 1:41 to go in the third.
Quick strike offense. I mean, that's sort of what we're used to. And Jacksonville State not pressuring at all, and that drive just sort of sitting back. And that's what happens when Nick Minicucci has some time. He can make some things happen within the pocket, moving around, finding Max Patterson for back-to-back plays. And you see the scoring drive, 4 plays, 75 yards, only 1:39 off the clock, Clay. And that's, we didn't even have a chance to get into it, but that's what we were going to say. Hey, you got to get up on the football. You got to move with tempo when you're down, 23 points right now. And you know, something to keep an eye on. Is Caden Creel going to be able to go back in the game? Or are they going to go with, you know, Gavin Wimsatt? Changes their offensive game plan a little bit.
Minicucci, he's looking at the iPad, talking things over with head coach Ryan Carty, who's also the play caller, seeing how they can maybe figure out a way to get more of those quick scoring drives with the whole fourth quarter lying ahead.
We never had those iPads when I was playing. I mean, it is such an advantage. Hey, I'm not that old.
For 20 years, Allstate has celebrated every field goal and extra point made at participating universities by donating to the university's athletic scholarship fund, supporting all student athletes. Say thank you to Allstate. He's Chase Daniel. I'm Clay Matvick. Marilyn Payne down on the sideline. So it's Wimsatt coming out to start this drive. That's probably not a good sign. It might be all she wrote for Caden Creel tonight. The good thing is for Jack State is after tonight they don't play again until the 29th, right? Yeah, 2 weeks before they have to go to Middle Tennessee State.
Get some time off.
There's a flag in the secondary.
Delay a game, man. Not the best start for Gavin Wimsatt.
Delay a game. Offense. 5-yard penalty. First down.
And Gavin Wimsatt came into this game tied 4th in Conference USA for rushing touchdowns, has 4 in the year, so he is a little bit of what Caden Creel can do. Doesn't look like Cam Cook is in the game right now.
Wimsatt to Christian Lando. Lando had one big run at the end of the first half. Getting back involved in the offensive gain of 5. Maryland.
Starting quarterback Caden Creel left the field dangling and holding his left arm with about 3.5 minutes to play in the third quarter. He spent 4 real-time minutes in the training room back in the football complex, then walked out of the facility, dapped up each of his starting offensive linemen, and Gavin Wimsatt shook his head at a couple of his teammates who asked him if he was okay. And then he followed the entire starting O-line over, tried to take the field, and his OC Clint Trickett pushed him back onto the sideline as Gavin Wimsatt took the field here.
That's good reporting right there. I like that.
Yeah, he's a tough guy. He wants to play, but you know, again, with this game in a pretty comfortable situation for the Gamecocks, you know, why risk it with Creel?
And 3rd and 9 right here is a backup quarterback coming off the bench cold. You just don't put the ball in harm's way. They're playing man-to-man coverage. Take a shot outside.
3rd and 9. Here comes the pressure. They rush 5. Wimsatt steps up, big hole, and he's going to angle out at the 40-yard line. Good run by Gavin Wimsatt. Started the first 5 games of the year, lost his job, and now back on the field trying to help Jack State salt this game away.
Impressive job filling the pocket, collapse on him. They were trying to take a shot on a go ball down the left sideline. No one was open, and when you're playing man-to-man coverage, there is no one covering the quarterback. And a really nice job just getting the first down, taking us to that 4th quarter.
That's the end of the 3rd quarter.
Well, the injury to Creel is about the only thing that has gone wrong for Jack State tonight. It's been a really good night on this Wednesday for the defending conference champs. 35-12 headed to the 4th. fourth. Here's Maryland with Coach.
Coach Kelly, you just talked with your starting quarterback about his health. He left with a lower left arm injury. Will he play in this fourth quarter?
Probably not. I mean, we feel like he's going to be okay, but precautionary. You know, Gavin's played a lot of football for us. We got a good quarterback room, so we're going to go with him. You know, we just got to play for a full 60 minutes.
What will your offense look like through the remainder of this game now?
Same deal. I mean, we got to be able to run the football. Gavin will make good decisions, and, you know, we just got to move the chains.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Yeah, I mean, it's the number 3 rushing attack in the country behind Navy and Army. They're not going to change what they do or who they are. There you see Creel on the sideline. He's got a smile on his face. That's a good thing. But there's Gavin Wimsatt. He's going to be running the offense from here on out, it appears.
Yeah, I mean, this is exactly where Jack State wants their opponents, up a lot of scores so they can continue to pound the ball and run the football.
Jalen Likely, number 6 in the ball game and getting some action. How about this run from Likely? An unlikely contributor in this football game. Not many carries for Likely throughout the season. A gain of 35.
Nice little trickery to get the edge, a fake reverse, and then Jalen Likely making the most of his carries. Came into the game 3 carries on the entire year for 11 yards, and you know, I haven't seen Cam Cook out there the last 2 drives. Imagine putting him on ice if the score continues this way.
Likely a redshirt freshman. He gets it again. Looking for room on the right side. He'll take it inside the 20. Gain of a handful. So, you know, this Gamecocks team was coming off a short week. They won last Thursday at Sam Houston. You know, sometimes on short weeks it's hard to get ready for a good football team like Delaware, but they have looked sharp tonight. And Delaware, coming off almost 2 weeks to prepare for this one, you know, they did not have it going right from the outset.
Yeah, and sometimes when you have that much time off, you sort of lose your stinger a little bit, right? And you're trying to get good work done in practice, but just came out a little flat to start. And you see there, I mean, Jack State with a quick turnaround, but man, it's just you try as a head coach to get your guys as much practice time as possible. And talking with Coach Carty, he said he gave them some time off, and there's always a fine balance of how much time is too much time off to where you're too rusty. And that's what I felt they have been tonight.
They need the 11-yard line for a first down. Wimsatt steered out of the pocket and pulled down from behind. Ethan Saunders, the former walk-on. And now a penalty flag. Is that going to be horse collar?
Yeah, it looked like it.
Yeah, Delaware really upset that that's going to be the call.
Yeah.
Ryan Carty's got a smile on his face. That's a sarcastic smile.
Yeah.
A loss of 18, but if it's a horse
After
collar.
further discussion, there is no foul on the play for an illegal horse collar tackle.
It's good eye, Clay. You spotted it.
Well,
Coach Carty's laughing. You see if he gets the back of his jersey, it's fine as long as that's not a horse collar.
Yeah, that was by the number.
Oh. Well, do we have a different angle? That was close.
So this is going to be a long field goal attempt for Ripa, 52-yard attempt, which is exactly what he hit to win the game at Sam Houston last week, which tied a school record, matched his career long. Can he do it again? He's missed a couple tonight. That one is good. So he missed from 54 and 46, but he nails another one from 52. Matches career long. 3 more points on the board, and it comes from the Conference USA Special Teams Player of the Week. Week 8 in college football, and it should be a good weekend. Here's the top 10 presented by Capital One. Ohio State at Wisconsin this week. Indiana, what a year it's been for the Hoosiers. Take on Michigan State. Look at the bottom there. LSU at Vanderbilt. For the first time since 1948, the Commodores are favored against LSU.
They play a fun brand of football with Diego Pavia.
This one's kicked out of bounds. Penalty with 11:57 to go. We're going to go to the studio. Zubin. Gonna hoop it up. All right, thanks, Zubin.
Mavs are my team.
Yeah,
Dallas.
You're a Texas boy.
Yeah.
Minicucci, leading passer in Conference USA, has been kept uncomfortable tonight. There's another incompletion.
Look, I know this is probably out of reach for Delaware, but it's a 4-score game. It's 26 points. If you remember the 2 misses on the 2 two-point conversions, if you're kicking an extra point there, it's a 24-point game, which is a 3-score game. So those matter in this game if they're able to get some quick scores.
Dumped down to Byron Ellison. Boy, he is sent back.
Wow. Yeah,
After an 8-yard play. Max Sanders, you know, the true freshman, number 59, he doesn't have a lot of experience, but they say he is an excellent leader on the field. Very high football IQ.
Yeah, smartest guy on the defensive side of the ball as a true freshman, says a lot.
Ellison gets the first down. They'll move the sticks. You know, that's what Coach Charles Kelly has an eye for. You know, he's a defensive mind, longtime assistant, longtime defensive coordinator. Won a couple of national championships, Florida State, won at Alabama as an assistant. You know, he has an eye for smart football players, and that's what Sanders is. 1st and 10. That pass is high and incomplete. Jakari Kelly. Charles Kelly replaced Rich Rod, who returned to West Virginia. That's where he's from. Charles Kelly, meanwhile, from the state of Alabama. This is where he feels comfortable. Always wanted to be a head coach, but it had to be the right fit, and he felt this was it. Yeah, never too late in your life, right, to become a head coach. He's 58 years old. Nice catch. Donovan Lewis, junior from Westminster, Maryland, takes it inside the 30, 26 yards for Minicucci. It's a really nice catch. They've been daring them to throw the football down the middle of the field, and more often than not, they have not connected. But a nice job there by Donovan Lewis coming up with a high throw. Minicucci is going to be over 300 yards passing again tonight, but that's not going to tell the story. That's going to put him over 300, complete inside the 20 to Lewis again. Yeah, I mean, look, as they're driving, there's still 10 minutes left in the game, and just go back to that point of a 3-score game versus a 4-score game. If they score here a touchdown and get a 2-point conversion, obviously need some luck on their side. They haven't stopped anything on the Jack State offensive side of things, but Nick Minicucci is his best at the line of scrimmage, playing fast. Minicucci pressured and deflected. Trevor Woods, the safety, got a hand on that pass. Incomplete, but now a flag down.
Prior to the pass, holding defense number 10. 10-yard penalty, automatic first down.
Goes against Gamecocks' R.J. Rayner.
Half the distance of the goal, automatic first down.
True freshman again. R.J. Rayner holding and continuing to march the ball deeper down in the red zone.
Just think the early turnover for Delaware, you know, it just kind of set the mood.
Yeah.
tonight. Minicucci getting blitzed, ducks away from the pressure, takes off for the end zone, and he's going to slide in for a touchdown.
Wow. That was really impressive, because we're sitting up here like he's about to get crushed.
Field as a touchdown.
He's about to get crushed. Eyes in the back of his head, is able to step up, and the pocket movement, and he's sliding into the end zone. Where you start your slide is normally where they mark you down, but just an excellent, really nice job. Evading pressure, moving to his right, and
The previous play is under review,
Yeah, and I
specifically
think
the spot and the score.
right. It's exactly what I was talking about, right? I mean, it's where you start your slide. And it looked like he started sliding at the half-yard line.
Yep, I think that's what is going to bring this back
1 yard
to the one. Nick Minicucci, they could have used more of this from him earlier in the football game. You know, his legs have been such a weapon. 7 rushing touchdowns coming in. We'll see if this comes off the board, but I mean, that was a great run. You know, all the ball has to do is cross the plane, but was he giving himself up before the ball crossed the plane?
I think they're looking at his left knee. Was it down before he crossed the goal line? Where's the point of the ball? I mean, they called it a touchdown on the field.
Where did he start his slide? Just the 5th carry tonight for Minicucci.
He's their leading rusher.
After review, the runner began the slide process with the ball at the 1.5 yard line. It'll be second down at that spot.
So take the touchdown away for now. Let's go down to Maryland.
As Nick Minicucci gets the explanation from the officials, you see head coach Ryan Carty certainly not going for it. He's talking to them now, but moments ago he began to walk toward the end zone where the officiating crew was standing and discussing this review. He shook his head at himself, didn't even get within 15 yards of them, kind of tossed his headset away and then popped it back on his ears. You can see the demeanor in his body language. He's just completely exhausted with what he seems to be expressing. Frustration over the officiating crew tonight, not even willing to go ask questions about a TD brought back.
Thanks, Maryland. Yeah, it's been a tough night for Ryan Carty and his staff. Byron Ellison is going to get his 2nd touchdown of the night, as Delaware does get on the board.
Last 2 drives have been really, really nice, methodical, quick strikes, but if they can't get a stop on defense at all, they're not going to have a chance.
Yeah, Jack State has scored on its last 3 possessions. As Delaware's defense is kind of tiring out, it appears. Nate Reed tacks on the extra point, and it's now 38-19.
ESPN College Football Primetime is presented by Ram, official sponsor of the College Football Playoff.
117 yards rushing and 3 touchdowns for Cam Cook. Brock Rechsteiner, he has a couple of touchdowns receiving. And 38-19 is the score.
Biggest thing is the rush yards. Look at that. 25 for Delaware, made them one-dimensional all night long, and just the same old Jack State. They are running for a ton of yards with 234. And then the 14 points off turnover. That's the story of the game right now.
Meanwhile, Delaware, very little running attack tonight, just 25 yards on the ground. So after the Ellison touchdown, Jack State's going to get it back. You're going to start at the 25. Kick off your Week 7 NFL Sunday at 10 a.m. Eastern with the Countdown Crew on ESPN and the all-new ESPN app. All the breaking stories, injury updates, and previews right up to kickoff. He is 14-year NFL veteran quarterback Chase Daniel. I'm Clay Mathick. Marilyn Payne has been on the sideline tonight for this game in Conference USA on a Wednesday night. And Jack State has led from the early going after a Delaware turnover that led to points. Never look back. Andrew Paul is going to get a carry here on first down. He'll get a couple. Second game back after missing 3. He was nicked up in the Liberty game. So Jack State, we talked about him, Chase, the defending CUSA champions beat Western Kentucky in the title game last year after winning the regular season. You know, a lot of new players come in with the coaching change, but Charles Kelly obviously has done some things right here. They're poised to go to 3-0 as Wimsatt throws. Receiver screen to Gabe Glover. And it's going to bring up third down and short. You see Jack State winning it last year, Liberty a couple of years ago. The other teams in the last 5 years no longer in the conference, but Jack State is going to be in the mix.
Yeah, I mean, they're going to sit atop the standings 3-0 and in conference play, and they're like an old school, hard-nosed, smash-mouth football team. That's exactly what head coach Charles Kelly is, and his guys have really bought in.
Paul again, and that's going to be a first down. Biggest question surrounding this team right now as you look ahead, the health of Caden Creel. It seems apparent that that's the guy they want to ride right now. He has been pretty efficient in 2 starts before getting hurt, and they hope he can be healthy for the next game later this month against Middle Tennessee.
Yeah, get some extra time off, but he is the guy without a doubt. You know, Coach Kelly told us, hey, we're going to have a quarterback competition continually through the season. Gavin Wimsatt, Caden Creel, but it is apparent that Caden Creel gives them the best chance to win.
See Jacksonville State trying to be the first team to go to 3-0 in the league. UTEP and Sam Houston, the other game in action tonight at CUSA. UTEP is up big in that one.
And I think the question for Jack State is, like, if they get behind, can Caden Creel throw the football enough and make enough plays through the air? Because this team is really not meant to come from behind, but the way their defense is playing too, yeah. Clay. I mean, this was the top-ranked offense coming into the game, and just such a great job running this 3-3-5 scheme of pressuring quarterback Nick Minicucci and just holding him. I mean, they have 25 yards, Delaware does, rushing, making him one-dimensional.
And just taking a lot of time off the clock now. Running the play clock down before the snap. Wimsatt taking himself. Big third down. Colin Gallagher making the tackle. There is a defensive coordinator Brian Williams for Jack State, and his unit really
timeout.
deserves a lot of credit.
For injury.
He spent the last 3 years as the defensive coordinator at Maryland. It's an entirely new staff with the exception of Rick Trickett, the offensive line coach. And they have found chemistry. We have an injury
Please reset the game clock
for
to
Delaware
6:13.
here. As Jack Hall, the defensive tackle, is down in midfield. He's walking off under his own power. That's a good sign. 6th year in this defense. We step aside. All right, Zubin, thanks very much. The other game tonight, of course, right here in Jacksonville, Alabama. And it's been all Gamecocks tonight, 38-19, 6:13 to go. Delaware, the newcomers to Conference USA and the FBS, struggled from the outset. Wimsatt throws behind Recksteiner. It's incomplete. And it'll be 4th down. Well, we thought we would see 2 quarterbacks tonight for the Gamecocks. I didn't expect it to be this way as Creel gets injured.
Yeah,
and hopefully he'll be able to play in a couple of weeks.
That's the story coming out of this game, because we thought that he played a really efficient game, threw for 116 yards and a touchdown, and ran for almost 60. The health of him is at the forefront of everyone's mind on that sideline right now.
There's a flag on the punt. 39-yard punt, no return.
During the kick, holding receiving team number 16, half the distance to the goal. 1st and 10, Delaware.
It's been that kind of night for the Blue Hens. Well, the next stop on the F1 schedule, the U.S. Grand Prix at the Circuit of the Americas in Austin, Texas. Sunday afternoon, 3 Eastern, noon Pacific on ABC. ESPN Deportes and the all-new ESPN app. Pre-race coverage begins at 1:30 Eastern. Well, this offense for Delaware tonight has not been racing, that's for sure. Been their own worst enemy at times from the end zone. Minicucci has time. There's a receiver caught, 1st down. There's Duplessis. Walks out of bounds. That's a gain of a dozen for Duplessis. Just the 3rd catch tonight for Kyrie Duplessis, who came in leading Conference USA in receiving yards per game. 3 catches, 48 yards. Joe Silver, feature back. That catch, he'll get 7. But just an uninspiring night all around.
Absolutely.
Delaware bunch.
Yeah, I mean, the start of the game, I'm going back to what you said. I just think it really shocked them a little bit that those 2 early fumbles led to 14 points, and the deficit was just too much.
That's caught. There is Duplessis across the 45 to about the 48-yard line, and more laundry on the field. That's a 23-yard gain. See if this is coming back.
Illegal block in the back. Offense, number 40. 10-yard penalty for the spot of the foul. 1st down.
It's been the story of the game.
That's the 9th penalty against the Blue Hens.
Every time they're so close to breaking through, something bad happens, whether it's a turnover, whether it's a penalty, whether somebody gets hurt, whether there's a game stoppage. And they've just, it's been difficult to watch from up here because you see what they do on film, and they're one of the most disciplined teams in football, just not showing it tonight.
Minicucci complete. There's Max Patterson. Patterson has the receiving touchdown for Delaware. That's a gain of 15. Delaware returned more starters and letter winners than any other team in Conference USA. Felt that they could compete right away here in year 1 for a regular season title. Joe Silver, that's a 1st down grab, gain of 11. And coming into the night, I would have agreed with that. Just tonight's been an off night. With that said, Ryan Carty's a really good football coach, loves this Delaware program, and he's going to get it going in the right direction to be competing in years to come in Conference USA. Long pass, and another flag. Duplessis bumped by Tyron Taylor.
That looked like good coverage to me from Tyron Taylor.
Pass interference. Defense, number 5. 15-yard penalty from the previous spot. Automatic 1st down.
Throwing a deep ball down the sideline. I don't know about that one. He's going after the football. He has every right to do so. Me.
So they'll spot it at the 27. 1st down. Minicucci. Complete. Kelly. Jakari Kelly cuts it back up the middle. And it'll be folded down inside the 15. Kelly, the junior from Gainesville, Florida. 3.5 minutes to go as Delaware is showing some fight here late. Got all of their timeouts remaining. Minicucci again wide open is Kelly. And gets it inside the 5, and that's where he's stacked up by Trevor Woods. So 1st down, goal to go for Delaware.
Got to score fast here. Want to score before the 2-minute timeout. Kick an onside kick.
Handoff. Ellison into the end zone. Did he get there? No indication yet. Yes, there it is. Touchdown.
We're on the field. It's a touchdown.
Byron Ellison. Another touchdown for the junior from Dallas. That's his third. And now it appears they're going to go for a two-point conversion again. They've already failed on the two-point try twice.
Byron Ellison right up the gut. Came into the game with 0 touchdowns. Hat trick for him tonight. Another two-point attempt to make it an 11-point game.
You're right about those missed two-point attempts earlier. I mean, if they had just had the extra points, this game could feel a lot different right now. Ellison, is he going to get there? I don't think so. How about everybody rallying to the ball carrier for Jack State? 3 two-point conversion failures tonight for the Blue Hens.
I mean, we said it. And it's just, I didn't understand the first two. I get that one to cut it to an 11-point game. Now it's 13-point game. You got to score 2 touchdowns. We're going to see an onside kick coming, but if they just kick the field goals, the first 2 touchdowns they score, it's a one-score game. Yeah, sorry.
Yep.
Kick the extra point. Sorry about that. It's a one-score game, and you can kick this ball deep. Delaware has 3 timeouts plus a 2-minute timeout. Now you can't, but it completely changed the game.
Well, Nick Minicucci, career high for passing yards tonight, 338 yards. But it's probably going to be in a losing effort. Still 2:51 to go. As Nate Reed has it on the tee, ready to attempt an onside kick. Kick from Reed. And it's loose, and Delaware has it. Oh my, Gavin Mole, as that one just accelerated down the field, and Mole made the catch on the run.
Yeah, well, I mean, just an excellent kick. I mean, the kick went 15 yards over the head.
It's a legal recovery by the kicking team, 1st and 10, Delaware.
You're always looking for that one bounce, and then it just jumps up before, goes right over a 6'8" guy, number 11, DeAndre Johnson, and I'm telling you, Clay, I've seen crazier things happen.
So you can't advance
the
onside kick. So where he made the grab is where they mark it, and that is inside the 40 at about the 38-yard line. All of a sudden, this got a little more interesting, didn't it?
Yeah, it did. And if you're Delaware, score before the 2-minute timeout so you can keep your timeouts if you have to kick the ball deep again.
Minicucci to the crosser. So Scott Moore, the tight end.
So now you're on the ball, going tempo. You want to. The big thing to see here is you want to be able to save the 2-minute timeout. You need 2 touchdowns.
Minicucci. Oh, turned Silver around, and he couldn't make the adjustment. Incomplete. And that'll stop the clock with 2:23 to go.
I'm actually really okay with that. Just a drop by Joe Silver. You don't want the clock to keep running. That 5 yards is not as important as still keeping it over the 2-minute timeout. So yards more important than time. You got to push the football down the field. They're playing this too high safety look. Attacking the middle of the field.
3rd down and 5. Minicucci gets away. Flag down. Throws. Caught. Duplessis makes the catch and gets inside the 20.
Looks like it's going to come back. Golly, just another one.
Holding, offense number 62. 10 yards from the previous spot. Repeat, 3rd down.
That's Anthony Kachese, the right guard, first-year starter. The 10th penalty tonight for the Blue Hens.
That's exactly what we were saying. When they get something good to happen, right after that, it seemed to push them back.
Penalties and turnovers have been the Achilles heel of Delaware tonight. And this is going to be the last play for the 2-minute timeout. Minicucci sacked. Curtis Perry and Oyabadajo meet at the quarterback for the second sack tonight. And it's 4th down. Two-minute timeout. ESPN College Football Primetime presented by Ram Trucks. All right, Subin, thanks very much. Looking forward to that. 38-25, 1:57 to go. Delaware with the football, just shy of midfield. Down 13. Minicucci slides up, avoids the rush, stays on his feet inside the 40, where he's knocked down.
You got to give a guy a chance right there on 4th and 23.
Campbell and Perry got to him before he could pick up the first down. And Jack State's going to take over.
Got to give your guy a chance. Three-man rush, you can't take a sack. I know it's not a sack, but you're running, trying to get 23 yards. Just see him talking with Coach Carty. Still got all 3 timeouts.
Jacksonville State played well from the start here tonight. And they're going to go to 3-0 in Conference USA. As Justice Savage gets a carry, that's his first touch tonight. Timeout, Delaware.
Timeout, Delaware.
And with the win tonight, they're going to be alone in first place for the time being. Go into a 2-week break. There'll be a chance to get Caden Creel healthy. He was injured tonight, left arm injury of some kind before that game at Middle Tennessee in Murfreesboro.
Yeah, I mean, they're going to control their own destiny, specifically in conference play. I mean, they entered 2 years ago, and the win tonight, 17-3 in Conference USA play, which is excellent. Wow. Including that win in that conference title game with Rich Rod.
And they really like these weekday Conference USA games.
Yeah.
This will be their 9th win in those. 7 minute 42 to Salt away. Wimsatt hands it off. Nice move there by Justice Savage. And he's got the first down. 5th running back we have seen tonight for Jack State. And another Delaware Blue Hen is down. And this keeps getting worse for Delaware. They can't get out of town fast enough.
Timeout, Delaware. Their second. Game clock operator, please reset the game clock to 1 minute, 37 seconds.
They came in here with a chance to take out the defending Conference USA champs, first year in the league.
Thank you.
They've been their own worst enemy. Ethan Saunders, the defensive end. Former walk-on, now a 2-time captain on scholarship. He's the one that is laying down on the field. There's Charles Kelly and Ryan Carty. Both their first year in Conference USA as a head coach. Now, Kelly's in his first year at Jack State. 4th year for Carty, but first year in the league as they make the transition to the FBS. And they were talking for a long time before the game on the field here today. A lot of respect between those two head coaches. As we look at the standings right now, you see Jacksonville State a chance to look down at everybody else at 3-0 after the night.
Yeah, absolutely. And we're going to see FIU in next week and off a big upset win against Western Kentucky.
You know, Maverick MacGyver, you know, was a world beater the first several weeks of the season. Last night throws 3 interceptions. Hilltoppers don't score a touchdown. Just an interesting night. And FIU with a big win.
Seems like this conference is wide open.
Another run for Savage as a first down. And that's going to do it. That's going to ice it away. Delaware's got a chance to call one more timeout. Whether they will or not, we'll see. Just a good night at Amherst Stadium here in Jacksonville, Alabama. This is going to be the 9th straight win at home for the Gamecocks dating back to last year. Savage gets across the midfield stripe. There's Rick Trickett. His offensive line really deserves some props tonight. Another good night for the run game.
Yeah, absolutely. Caden Creel behind him. Watching his health for the next 2 weeks.
Creel threw for 116 and a touchdown before he was injured. Also ran for 57. Cook 117 yards rushing, 3 touchdowns for the leading rusher in the country. And the knee for Wimsatt, and that's going to do it. Charles Kelly, the Alabama native in year 1, coming back to his home state as his team over 500 and 3-0, a perfect 3-0 in Conference USA play as the Blue Hens fall to 1-2 in the league and 3-3 overall.
Really nice job by both Jack State and Delaware, but looks like Conference USA is running through Jack State.
For Chase Daniel, Marilyn Payne, and our entire crew, I'm Clay Matvick. We send you to Vegas, NBA preseason, Mavs and Lakers.